On the road. I'm so excited for the show today. I could not be any more excited than I am right now. Let's go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And it is 8:31 on a beautiful, crisp, cool, refreshing Thursday morning.
We are ready to go. We have a wonderful show in store for you guys today. If you guys are just tuning in, or if you're watching this again, we have the Southside Roller Derby ladies in studio today talking about a major event that they have going on Saturday night, where you have a chance to go see people like roller derby.
That's cool.
Have you ever seen roller derby, Gardy?
I have. Have you ever seen it?
I have never seen it in person, but I was a big fan of the movie Whip It.
Did you want to grow up and be one of the roller derby girls when you were a kid?
I don't understand the rules. Like you race around the track and try to beat everybody, and in the process, like punch people. I don't know.
Seems like it, which kind of ties into our next guest a bit. But we have Brad Gilmore from Reality of Wrestling in studio. Brad Gilmore, he's kind of like Booker T's right hand man. He's been in media. He's done some stuff on TV, radio. He's on 610 AM. He's doing a lot of stuff. So we're going to have Brad Gilmore in, and we have a lot of questions.
We do. One being, when can I finally get in the ring with Booker T? And what is that first move going to look like?
You know, I think first you would have to challenge Brad, because he's like his right-hand man. Be like, hey, you can't just face Booker T. Like, this would be...
Like, you have to go through...
Yeah, you're 0-1. You've never won anything.
I have won.
You got choked out in that chair.
Okay, so that counts as 0-1.
You're 0-1, and I feel like you at least need to win a match with anybody before you can face somebody else.
I'm just tired of Booker T not being fair and giving the people what they want. I feel like there are tons of wrestlers like JJ Blake, Rex, who just don't get the opportunities that they would. And I'm tired of the people not getting what they want. So I'm wrestling and I'm taking down Booker T for the people.
You know, speaking of the people and getting what the people want, I feel like the people wanted you to be in pain, because yesterday we put out a call to get our Facebook numbers up a little bit. You kind of made some statements, and I don't know if you realized that the people were going to answer and come to the need of KHEA Radio. So we said, hey, we need this many Facebook likes. If we get this, Curt has agreed to be put on like a birthing pain simulator.
I woke up this morning in like having morning sickness. Woke up, I was just like, oh my, what is this?
You woke up with morning sickness. So you feel like there's already something being birthed inside of you, and that's going to be happening next week.
Yes, probably. I feel like, it's just sitting there. I don't know. I'm scared. People were telling me, they're like, hey, I want to see it in person. I want to be there. I want to control it. And I'm like, you guys really hate me that much?
Wow. I did see that. Somebody was asking if they were able to purchase or obtain like VIP passes to witness this event, front row seating, and then someone was like, can you auction off who controls the mechanism that, you know, handles and delivers the pain to Curt?
For $500, you have a chance to control the burst simulator.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm very excited for this opportunity.
Who is controlling it? Is it you?
I think so.
No.
Hey,
no.
I think you would rather have it be me than some of the other people that were like, let it be me. I
feel like, opposed to those two people, like Vanessa.
Oh man.
I feel like, yeah.
Crystal Narvez, please record Curt in pain so I can watch it after class. I feel like she'd be like, hey, I'm going to skip class, fly home, and let me control this device. Curt, you got something brewing in there, and I feel like it's time to give birth to a new era of KHEA Radio. This is the new era.
Dang.
Wow.
Dang.
It's 8:35. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. We're going to be talking a little bit of roller derby. We're also going to be talking a bit of reality wrestling with Brad Gilmore. There's an event that's also taking place Friday and Saturday this weekend, and Friday and Saturday next weekend, and that's where, you know, myself and Curt are going to be. So this Friday night is opening night. Curt, let me know. What do we got going on?
We have Heartbreak Hotel Hallelujah. It's an event that's been going on here at Abundant Life for a long time. And it's a bunch of different acts, look-like acts that come out and perform for you. There's some cars that go across the stage. There's lights. There's music. There's food in the lobby when you come in at 6:30 from Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
The cow will be there. So the event starts at 7 o'clock, both Friday night and Saturday night. It's a soul-winning event where you can come and kind of just see how does music play a factor in your life.
And does it.
Yeah.
The whole, it's just a demonstration. I don't know. It's a fun way. You can bring your family, friends, and everybody will have a good time. I promise. The house is going to be packed. Most importantly, myself and Curt will be there. You talked about the Chick-fil-A cow being there, which is really cool. I love Chick-fil-A. They have some of the best food around, right?
Yes.
And the cow's cool.
I might take a picture with the cow.
Well, what's even better?
Pictures with us.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yes.
Okay, the Chick-fil-A cow is going to be there, but what if we had the KHEA radio hot dog there as well? And then I could see you trying to get into because this is just what you do. Maybe try and get in a fight with the Chick-fil-A cow.
Eat more chicken. And then I'm holding that sign
as a
hot dog because I feel like the cows get it all.
The cows get
all the glory for the eat more chickens.
The glory.
Yeah, the glory.
Yeah, so you want to steal their tagline, steal their motto, and you get glory for it somehow. That's what you're wanting.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. But we're going to be there. We're going to have a table set up. You can come say what's up to us. We're going to be doing some giveaway stuff at the table. We're going to be stealing the mic whenever possible to go up there and just say what's up to everybody, and hopefully you come see us. So that's going to be opening this weekend on Friday night. So it's the place to be, literally the place to be, opening night of Heartbreak Hotel at Abundant Life Christian Center, which is where KHEA Radio is located. That's our studio.
I'm excited for Heartbreak Hotel Hallelujah. So come on out, 7 o'clock, Friday night and Saturday night.
You're listening to KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Coming up next is Building 429.
Crystal said I'd pay money to see the hot dog fight the cow.
That's what he was trying to do. Sometimes, Curt, I don't know. I know you don't do this on purpose, but you'll say there's something going on in your head and you have a thought and you know exactly what you mean, but you'll say
chicken.
I'm like, okay, where you go?
That's their tagline.
I know it
cows.
is. I know it is, but you're like the glory. And I'm like, wait, that's not a complete sentence. What are you saying?
The cows get all the recognition for hey, we started this. We want you to eat more chicken.
Because it's their tagline.
It's our what about the hot dogs? We're tired of being eaten all the time.
Well, hot dogs, come up with a tagline that's catchy, come up with a multi-million-dollar marketing campaign, and maybe get a better costume. And then that would be the next step.
That's funny.
You need to hit up Top Star Marketing. Speaking of Top Star Marketing, they got an event on Friday in the day that we're going to be at.
Yeah, Friday, starting at 8:30. So if you haven't purchased your tickets yet for the Bay Area Women's Houston Women's Conference.
That's it.
Man,
yeah.
It's a word for. You can come on down and see us. We'll be there around noon or so. And you have a chance to see Connie Watts speak. She's the JJ Watts mom. And you can have Christina Wells. You also have Chef Mary Bass as well. So it's going to be a packed conference, and we're going to be there as well. Manning down the men's table.
I'm going to be sneaking around. You never know. I mean, I don't want to be confined to just
one table.
One table.
Are you going to jump in on the other tables and just sit down just like you do when you go to Pierogi Queen?
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I'm just going to have a chair. And if it's a rolly chair like this, I know y'all can't see this, but
just backing up,
just slide in and out, and I'm
so how do you eat this again?
Going back and forth.
It's peel.
Yeah, peel. That's perfect. And then you take a bite. Okay, and then you move down, and then you just keep moving down. So, yes, that women's event is going to be this Friday. The Bay Area Houston Women's Conference is going to be taking place. I'm going to be in a rolly chair, trying to roll to everybody's table to say what's up. Y'all are probably going to be like, "Hey, Chef Mary Bass is trying to cook. You're being very rude." And I'm like, "No, that's my friend. Hey, it's cool. I just wanted to say hi. What are y'all eating? Can I have a drink?" And they're just going around and saying what's up. So hopefully that's okay.
I'm going to go talk to our guest. Our guest is out here. And then we'll bring him on at 9 o'clock. So we're going to be talking to the Southside Roller Derby about an event that they have going on Saturday night as well. So if you're not going to Heartbreak Hotel Saturday night, then you should go check out the Roller Derby.
So yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's 8:41 right now. Southside Roller Derby is going to be taking place. I have been to roller derby before. It was in Houston somewhere. It was a lot of fun. Hey, do you guys do roller derby too, or is that something that girls do? It seems like I'm gonna Google that. Anytime they make a movie, anytime that I've ever seen a clip, or like the time that I did see roller derby, it's always with girls. And right now, yeah, okay, here we go. So I Googled roller derby, and yeah, dudes do it too. So that's cool. But I wonder if they do co-ed. And there has to be, there's like strategy and all kinds of stuff that goes into like any kind of sport like that. Myself personally, I'm not a roller skater, a roller blader. I'm no good. I tried. I remember whenever rollerblades were like in the 90s, I got a pair of rollerblades. I tried doing it. This is without any experience roller skating. I can't do either. Hey, I bet y'all anything Curt is like, oh yeah, I'm an excellent roller skater. I'll see you. How's she doing?
Doing great. She's super excited to come in. We're still waiting on the other person as well. So that's
Sweet.
Spice.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
What?
Spicy.
So I do have a question.
Mm-hmm. I might have an answer.
Well, I hope so. Okay. Roller skating. I'm no good. Did you ever roller skate growing up?
I feel like I can't. I've done like there's some skating rinks around here.
Okay.
That I have gone to.
So you skate?
Maybe. I don't want anyone to get any idea.
I said I had a question. You said I have an answer. And now you're like, you don't have an answer anymore.
Well, I don't want people showing up at the skating rinks taking pictures and videos of me like being this rock star roller skater.
So you're a rock star roller skater.
World class.
I knew it. I knew it. He walked out and I was like, okay, this dude is going to come back in and say he's an excellent roller skater. I can just look at you. There's something about you. And I just know that you are a world class roller skater. Not so good at eating a banana.
I'm eating this great, right?
You are. You're getting better.
There was a one time when I went roller skating, and it was in Alvin when I went to Alvin.
Yeah.
And I was there and I was skating around the rink. I was like, oh, I'm fantastic. I'm doing great. And there was this little girl. She was like maybe 12 or something like that.
Was she training for?
I don't know. She was
like
definitely like the best person skating there.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, she jumps up. I said, hey, slow down. And she jumped up in the air, spun around backwards, and started skating backwards. And she goes, now what? And I was like, ooh, I'm going to go sit down.
So maybe you're not world class. Maybe you're like
I'm Nebraska
top
class.
of Nebraska
class.
Okay, that's fair.
But man, I was like, oh, to be able to jump up, spin around midair, and start skating backwards has to be one of the coolest things that I've ever seen anybody ever do. And she did it in response to something that I said.
So Solion, shout out to Solion and everybody else listening right now. Good morning to y'all. What do y'all got going on today? But
what is KHEA Junior?
Your birth. So Curt is going to be doing some birthing simulation and feel the joy and the beauty of childbirth next week. Thanks to you guys making it happen. So right now you woke up. You said you had a little bit of morning sickness going on.
I did have some morning sick. I feel bad because I shouldn't be making fun of this, but I did have some morning sickness. Maybe.
Wow. So Solion said this may not be good for KHE Junior, which is who Curt is carrying and will be giving birth to next week. But y'all, we should make. And I don't want to say we should give Curt the opportunity, that's better, to go bull riding. And that's something we actually did try to set up like in March or February. It was like around and before the rodeo, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And we made phone calls. But we didn't have the right connection. We actually found a bull, but they said he's kind of old. And so Curt was like, yeah, let's do that one. He's old. He's not going to be moving around. So Curt would probably just be like riding a giant cow that he had like put.
Why are we back to? I thought we were away. See, this is why I schedule guests for 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So we don't have these weird ideas show up. Because yesterday I realized like we didn't have a 10 o'clock guest. And then all of a sudden I'm now giving birth. in a birth simulator. Like, come on. This is why I schedule guests, so no one comes up with these bad ideas.
Hey, I've been Googling. I was like, okay, now we got to find it. Now that the people have spoken and this is going to happen, I'm, first of all, very excited. The joy in my life.
Can we talk about my business associate's response last night? My business associate was even excited about it. Was like, hey,
there's something
I want to be there.
There's something about you.
Wait, you want to see me in pain?
There's something about you. Everybody wants to have a turn. Like maybe that's something we do at we have our table set up on Friday night at Heartbreak Hotel here at Abundant Life, and we have Curt like automatically. It's like, hey, if you prove that you liked KHEA Radio on Facebook, if you like it right now, we'll let you hit the button, give them up to 10, ring, you know, like real quick. And it's cool.
Is there a dial that like increases the pain?
I want it,
or is it like automatically like, bam?
No, dude, I think it's 10. A dial, but I want it to be like a lever where I'm like, and I want to like electricity and like sparks, and Kurt's like over there like and I'm like no, and I keep going, and I can't even imagine. Ooh, why am I finding pleasure and joy and like happiness?
I'm a little scared right now, actually.
Oh man,
dang!
If you have no idea what we're talking about, Curt agreed to be hooked up to a birth pain simulator. We got this idea from one of the DJs at 104 KRBE in Houston, and they posted this, and we actually somebody sent it to us, and they said, hey, y'all should do this to Curt.
Can I talk to the guy at 104.1 and be like, hey, what was this
we should
like?
Call him. Call 104. Well, I think he's on the air right now.
Who is it?
But I mean, technically, so are we. So
technically,
yeah, Special K.
Special K did it.
Yep. And if anything, we can ask like, hey, where did you get this? And if
they
that
take our phone call?
Has
it's
any
the
advice.
Rula and Ryan show, huh? I listened to that.
I don't know if Special K, he may be one or the other, but it was early, dude. Yeah, because someone sent that to me like at 6 a.m. and they were live streaming it already.
I'm going to be like, hey, you guys need to stop doing funny things because this is how I get in trouble.
We can ask if they have any more ideas for us to do stuff. Yeah.
I need to find a phone number.
For 104?
Yeah. I'm on their site.
I got you. 104 KRBE. 104. I remember being a kid and I was like, I got to listen to, what's his name? Adam Smasher, the Adam Smasher show, which he was doing some stuff with Vinyl Draft.
Fine. Connect.
Connect. Contact us. Oh my goodness.
They have ads like everywhere.
The pop-ups are real.
I wonder if they will answer.
Okay,
I've tried to, there is somebody.
Request line. Oh my goodness, Sprint. I'm not gonna get a Sprint phone. I'm sorry. So that's their main office number.
Let's call that number.
And then we got some emails. General. Okay. Yeah, that's office 713-266-100. And I'm not gonna say the last number. If y'all want to call them, you need to look it up yourself. But you can call us 346-704-1806.
I have a bone to pick
with
them for giving them the idea.
Automatically come in.
There is somebody from 104.1 that I was trying to like be like, hey, we should meet up, but she was not feeling it.
Who are you talking?
Christina. She doesn't reply back to my Twitter requests.
Oh yeah, no, it's a bad idea, Curt. We don't want to get in a fight with anybody. That's probably what's best. Here's something you should look at, Curt, for employment opportunities at 104 KRB.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if they're hiring Curt. This looks like way too legit.
Dang.
I don't know.
Station.
So hopefully everybody's having a good morning. What are you guys up to today? It is Thursday. It's kind of cool out there. Maybe we need to take a look at the weather, but we're going to have Southside Roller Derby in studio during the 9 o'clock hour. Then we're going to have the Brad Gilmore of Brad Gilmore fame in studio during the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to be talking about everything. A couple other things I want to mention. So we have a Pierogi Queen giveaway going on right now. If you haven't been to Pierogi Queen, Go check it out. I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite places. I hadn't had Polish food up until recently, and now I can't stop eating it.
They're not taking our phone call. They know it's us.
No, yes.
They know it's us.
Well, they probably
they
probably know it's you, because if you were like threatening one of their other employees,
I wasn't threatening.
You said you
know. I was just trying to get like in contact with them, not threatening.
You said beat up. You were talking to like literally.
I didn't say beat up. No, not them.
You said one of their employees. You said that they weren't answering your Twitter and you were trying to beat them up.
No, hit them up. Don't put words in my mouth.
I promise you said beat them up.
We
need to go back and watch the tape. Somebody help me out. Somebody help. Somebody help me out. That's
not me. Come on, KRBE. Somebody get a hold of KRBE for us and say, hey, call them.
Let it go, Kurt. We'll have to just hit him back.
Hey,
later.
This is Kurt with KHEA Radio. How are you doing?
Just hang up on him.
Yeah, so I'm a radio station co-host in Lamar, Texas. And we saw a post yesterday of somebody doing some pregnancy stuff, the pregnancy simulator.
I feel like Kurt doesn't know what he's talking
about. So all of our listeners like started saying like, hey, Kurt has to do the pregnancy simulator as well. And so I'm just calling because I want to say, please stop doing those things, because I don't want to keep getting into those situations.
So he waited like 3 minutes to get on this phone call so he could say that. Anyways.
They did not. They were like, nah, we don't want to talk.
I could tell. Like I was saying, you waited like 3 minutes for you to get on the phone, and that's what you decided to say. There's so many different things you could have said. I could have
said, I didn't know I froze up. It's KRBE. Well, you're kind of a big deal. We're KHEA Radio.
That's true. These are all facts. I don't know where to go, but like so here's what you should have said.
Okay, let's see.
Here's what you should have said. You should have said, hey, okay, so I'm calling about a segment y'all did yesterday. Okay. Where did y'all get that? Like that material, like how was there somebody that came in?
Ooh, we should have. We should have got like where they got the machine. I'm trying to hide where we can get the machine because
it's easy. You can find them on the internet, super easy. But
Crystal said chicken. Yeah, it's a little. I was a little nervous talking to KRBE.
I don't know why. Anyways, but that's what
KRBE. I listened to them for like ever before I was a radio co-host.
I feel like I'm gonna try and say it one more time. Just one more time. I wish there was like so this soundboard like with sliders, I wish there was like a real life. Have y'all seen the movie Click, where he's like rewinding and turning down and muting and stuff? So you should have asked about the machine. And then
got it.
And then you should have asked if there was any way we could either get an email, a contact for the guys, if he had any advice.
I'm not trying to set this up. Don't you know that I'm trying to bamboozle this a little bit?
Then why'd you call?
Just because to
be like, hey, just because you're like, I don't know, it's funny to me. But Southside Roller Derby is going to be in, and I feel like roller derby is something that we should get you into as well.
Why does everyone want to see me in pain?
Well, I don't know if you'd be in pain. You already roller skate, right? And you said you're pretty good.
Yes. But I feel like roller derby is like the next level of roller skates, because I feel like from what I've seen when I watched the movie Whip, right, that they just like go around and like, try to get around the circle fast enough than the other people. And in the process, there's like people who are like, bam, bam,
right,
throwing elbows. I don't know. There's some strategy, like people like slingshot people forward.
Yeah, but I feel the most important part of being successful in roller derby is being a really good skater.
True.
I'm a terrible skater, and I will say that. I can't skate. Like, I bought rollerblades. This is like in the 90s, and I remember for whatever reason, I don't know when rollerblades were invented, but this is like when they got really popular. I was like, it's a pair of rollerblades. I have to have a pair of rollerblades, Mom. So I got a pair, and like mine were all worn, like the wheels, because my ankles were like going the wrong way, and I was trying to skate. I just fell down all the time. I was real bad. You, on the other hand, kind of have a different story. You are a great rollerblader. Or do you roller skate?
Adrian says, LOL, elbows. Who throws elbows?
See, I don't know
what happens. I don't remember them. I've watched the movie a couple times, but
you know what?
I thought that's what they do.
And here's another thing. Movies and real life are totally different things.
I'm excited to learn a little bit about roller derby and how that works.
Yes. I did see roller derby take place one time in Houston. It was at an event where they rented out the facility, and I remember there was a punk band that played halftime. It's like Houston's longest running punk band.
Let me go.
And that's really, my buddy wanted to go see the band, and we're like, yeah, let's go. You know, it was admission was like $5 or $10 or something like that, and we wanted to go support something local going on. So that was years ago. That was like back in 2010, I want to say. So that was actually the only time I've seen roller derby. So it looks like we have Southside Roller Derby, who's doing some cool stuff. Andy said Southside Roller Derby for life. And that's kind of how I feel about pierogies. I was thinking about getting a pierogi tattoo where it just says like pierogi for life. Oh, yeah. We have a giveaway going on with Pierogi Queen right now. But shout out to Angie and Legacy Collision. They're located in Hitchcock. We had went to their opening day. They had the ribbon cutting ceremony. We didn't even know that there was going to be a ribbon, or else I would have snuck in and grabbed the scissors, and everybody would have been like, Gardy, what are you doing?
Okay, so they're still waiting on one more person to come before the roller derby is ready to go on air with us. So we've probably got about 5 or 10 more minutes or so. A tattoo giveaway?
So here, okay, if we're talking about tattoos, Curt has agreed that whenever we get to 10,000 Facebook likes, that he will let me give him a tattoo.
Wow.
And it's going to be a KHEA radio tattoo. So there's two ways that we've talked about it, that he would either let me design it or like help come up with it, or he would let me do it. And I'm trying to decide how nice I'm going to be, whether I'm going to be like, yeah, I mean, okay, I'm not a tattoo artist. I will say that. So that could be something.
No, Aaron is here, Carol. We're waiting on the other one. We're waiting on...
So yeah, 10,000 Facebook likes. It's probably closer than you think.
It is probably. Brenda,
it could happen this weekend.
Brenda, the tater. Spicy is already here.
I'm already practicing my KHEA calligraphy in Old English. I'm gonna from shoulder to shoulder on his back shoulder blades. It's gonna say KHEA for life, or like on his stomach, like instead of Tupac, like Thug Life, it's gonna say like KHEA life.
Dang.
Or like a SoundCloud rapper, I'm gonna give him some face tats. Like you got 6ix9ine, you got Post Malone. Post Malone has Stay Away, like right here. Instead of Stay Away, it's gonna say KHEA.
10,000 Facebook likes, and then we have to do that.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Dang.
Right?
Yes.
When we get to 10,000, but would it have to be 10,000 like this year, or does it be like if we get it like 10 years from now and I'm like, or like we're 70 years old? I'm like, Curt, in my rocking chair, we finally got to 10,000 Facebook likes. Can I give you a tattoo now? And what are you going to say? No, that was back in 2018, Gardy. And I'm like, what year is it now?
the new.
What year is it now?
2062.
Yeah.
We're going to reach 10,000 Facebook likes.
Vanessa, hey, shout out to Fit365. They're one of our partners as well. Go check out Fit365. They have it's a nutrition club. You can get exercises. They actually do some stuff called body sculpting. I did that myself, and it's really cool the way that works. And somebody else had messaged me yesterday, and I can't remember who it was, but they said, I bet Curt would be more willing to be hooked up to the birth pain simulator if we told him it was like an ab sculptor, and that if he did this like an hour a day, like while on the radio, that he would have rock hard abs in like a month or something like that.
Yeah. I'm going to have just hook myself up to it all the time.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, it's a birth pain simulator. And you're like, oh, this hurts, but it will be so worth it in the end. No pain, no gain, right?
Oh, Brenda says, I'm here.
Okay.
Well, I don't see you.
At Fit365, they have a class tonight, Train Like a Marine boot camp. And see, if you could train like a Marine or be hooked up to a birth pain simulator and get rock hard abs both ways, like which one would you rather do? Just lay there and feel the pain, or like go train like a Marine?
Train like a Marine. Is it as bad as childbirth?
Vanessa?
Vanessa
let
might
us
know.
She said
Compare it.
She has a
Compare
daughter.
the two.
She has.
I made the comparison yesterday that giving birth was the same as having a kidney stone, and Gardy's like, "We're gonna get in so much trouble if you keep saying that."
And he okay. So what does he do the next day?
Keep saying it because I
Wow.
have my sources. I have my sources that have told me the same thing.
Okay. Well, okay. So we had Bean Kings in studio, right?
Right.
And Jody and Josh Banks, they're the owners and founders of Bean Kings. It's a coffee delivery service. We had them in and tasted the coffee and all that. But she said she's had both and ... Good luck, Curt. And that's
But she didn't say which one was worse. She just said ... That's for us to make the interpretation.
Brenda said, now I need to figure out how to get to y'all. We are in a kind of a big building. We are.
My birth was painless. How do you know, Vanessa?
See, whenever Curt gives birth to KHEA Jr.,
dang,
KHEA Jr. is going to be so beautiful.
Dang.
You know what? I told my son this morning, and I don't know if I've ever told him this. So we were on the way to school. His name is Kellen. He's 5 years old, right? And whenever, like, we're trying to pick his name, I wanted to name him Marty. For a couple reasons, because it rhymes with Gardy, and I thought, how cool would that be? Marty Garcia, and I'm a big Back to the Future fan, so like Marty.
You almost named your son Marty
after Back to the Future. I tried, but it was like instantly like nope. So, and I told him that, and he was like looking at me, and I was like, I don't know, should I have told him that? Can he handle this situation right now? And I was like, how cool would that be, Kellen? If your name was, I said, but Kellen is perfect for you, and it's the right choice.
Woohoo!
So then
awesome.
We, transitioned out. But maybe in another life, another time, you'll have Marty Garcia, son of Gardy Garcia. Chelsea, you know what? We broke 3,000. Not only did we break it, we smashed it. The people have spoken. They want to see Curt in pain. And who am I to deny the people what they want? That's not my decision. I am here to give the people what they want. So Curt will be hooked up to a birth pain simulator next week. I'm so excited about it. And I'm not excited in Curt's pain as much as I'm just excited that we're able to give the people what they want. So thank you guys for making that happen. It's going to be a fun time. I think we may try and do it Monday. We just need to see about getting the appropriate equipment to make this as real as possible. Curt's I think he's a little worried. And we've been calling it KHEA Jr. Like this morning, he woke up and he texted me and said that he woke up with morning sickness. And I don't think that he meant it like in a way that he's like pregnant, but he just got so worried thinking about it all day, yesterday, that he woke up and feels pregnant. But he's going to be giving birth to KHEA Jr. next week. Oh, yes. What's up, guys?
Hi.
My name's Gardy.
I'm Tater.
Spicy
Hi.
and Tater. Hey, I saw a shirt like that at a shop, like a shop before. Pretty cool. Spicy and Tater. I gotta write that down so I don't forget.
How can you forget about a spicy tater?
Spicy taters, yes.
Well, as long as they stay seated in that way, so I'll go Spicy Tater because I don't want to go the wrong way.
Yeah.
Are we close enough?
You're good.
Are we
So we can see
close
y'all's faces.
enough?
I had to promise
Say
Sierra
what's
I
up,
wouldn't
Facebook.
sing on the radio today.
Hi, do we have viewers?
We do.
How
I gotta
many
move
viewers?
this so we can see you guys.
Oh, that's like in
So
double
yesterday-
digits.
The only reason why people are listening today is yesterday we said if we reached a milestone on Facebook
Spicy.
that we
Yes.
would
Yes.
hook myself up to a pregnancy simulator.
Ooh.
You should do it.
Are y'all parents?
Yes, we've done it. How many times have you done the pregnancy thing?
Twice.
I've done it twice too.
Yeah.
One time
I've done
without
it
the
no
meds
time.
and one time with the meds.
Oh, I had all the meds both times.
He asked about with the pregnancy simulator if he was allowed to have an epidural.
Yeah.
You should.
Well, I'm sure that it's like that's what it feels like with an epidural because still when you get the meds, it still hurts.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Even after.
Even
Yeah. And I don't know what birthing a kidney stone is, but it's nothing compared to a kidney stone. And
Spin a taco
just-
for that one.
It
oh
just-
man,
That's what
kidney
I've been
stone
thinking.
is like take a nice toe stop to the kidney it's nothing.
Well, I'm not going to Google kidney stone, Kurt, but I know how big a baby is because I have two. And I know like a kidney stone is not as big as a baby, but I think you're going to do fine. And think about it, like the beauty that childbirth is, just to be able to say that you experienced at least like a portion of what maybe
Somebody
your future
said
wife.
Last night they were like, "You're never gonna get your wife pregnant like after this because
It's
like
gonna mess up stuff or something."
yeah, they're like, you don't want them to experience the pain that you went through.
Oh,
So
I
you know,
gotcha,
like
I
you're
gotcha.
like, no, let's just adopt instead.
It only gets harder after that too. So then there's
Wow.
like the no sleep, and
This-
then you get teenagers, and you get teenagers, and
Yeah, and you have to get fat and
Yeah.
stretch marks.
Yeah.
Dang.
But you do get tax benefits, so
Right.
that's good.
and then you get someone to love you forever.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's all I need.
Yeah.
That's it.
So thankful. I'm trying
Man.
to think if I should say this to you. It's kind of mean. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to be nice right now.
You're gonna be nice.
I'm going to be nice.
That's rare. That's
Yes.
rare.
So Southside Roller Derby is in the house. If anybody has any questions, please let us know. And so we got Spicy.
Hi.
We got Tater.
Hello.
And where is Southside Roller Derby? Like, where do y'all normally hold y'all's events?
Our events are always at, well, that's a lie. We have two places where we have games. We have a junior derby, and our juniors have their games at Pearwood Skate Center in Pearland, Texas. And our women's league has their games at the Pasadena Convention Center.
Okay.
And there's basically a game once a month. This weekend, Sunday, our juniors will be skating in a Halloween themed
Mhm.
junior matchup at Pearwood Skate Center.
Cool. That's awesome. So Kurt,
Sunday at 7.
Sunday at 7.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Spicy. Gosh, we're
Sunday at
forgetting.
7.
So Kurt was kind of talking a little bit about roller derby before, and he's like, "There's elbows, there's this and that." Somebody was like throwing elbows. So I mean, I've seen one roller derby event, but this was like 2010, and
I've seen the movie with it,
Good.
so I know exactly what goes on.
You're almost there.
He's have you even watched a YouTube video?
No,
Oh,
no,
wow.
just the movie. That's the only experience that I have.
so I haven't seen any of the movie stuff, but it was a long time ago that I saw the event. So what is different from like the movie life that they make? And I even saw there's a Netflix got a show, which I haven't watched any of it, but I have heard some people. So what's different from like, hey, this is what Hollywood produced, and like this is real life?
So Whip It was pretty for the on the women's side of the league, the like just the culture, the tribe mentality that is developed between the ladies. That's pretty true. What like the friendships, but the rules are you can't throw an elbow. You'll get a penalty. And we have safer rules. We don't throw chairs at each other anymore.
We don't throw anybody over the rail.
Well,
We're
back-
trying to not do that.
In the olden
happens.
days, like the 60s, 70s,
Clotheslines.
Yeah.
roller derby was kind of like wrestling, and like they're all still amazing skaters, I think, because I can't go like body slam someone
You
on my
probably
skates
could if you wanted
and
to.
be able to skate the next day. But we have rules. You can't throw an elbow. You can only block with the back of your body.
Okay.
So
Cool.
if you think, is it time to go into
Yeah.
something? Or
Well, yeah, we got 8 seconds. We're gonna go on the FM. We're gonna keep it going the same way, but I'll
Okay.
introduce y'all as well.
coming soon. The boring rules
Good
of
morning. You're
walking.
listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Kurt.
And we have Spicy and we have Tater in studio from Southside Roller Derby hanging out with us this morning. There's an event going on, and I think you'll have stuff regularly. How are y'all doing this morning?
Awesome.
We're good.
Good. Thank you for joining us. So we're talking a little bit about the difference between Hollywood's version of roller derby and what is real roller derby. Like, how long have y'all been doing roller derby?
So long. I started about 6 years ago and got out of it after a couple of injuries, and then I got back into it recently, more for my children. My daughter does it as well. She's on the juniors team.
Cool. How old is she?
She's 13.
Wow. So how young can you be and start and be in like a junior league? I mean, do kids start like at when they can start
I
skating?
believe we have as low as 8,
7.
7.
Yeah, we start them at 7, ages 7 to 17.
Wow.
Oh.
That's cool. So your daughter wanted to do it and you're like, hey, I'm going to get back into it
She
too.
saw like the kind of tribe mentality we had with it. She kind of grew up with a roller derby family. So she was gung-ho to jump in as soon as she could. And we found this amazing league and just kind of taken off from
That's
there.
cool. So it's Southside Roller Derby, and we were talking a little bit off the FM, but we can talk about it more now and reiterate. So where do these events take place?
They take place at our juniors have a game this weekend, Sunday, at Pearwood Skate Center. And our women's league, we have our games at the Pasadena Convention Center. So there's a junior flat track league, and they skate on the flat surface. And our women, we skate on the old school bank track. We build it, tear it down, we skate it at the Pasadena Convention Center.
What is the bank track? Is
It's
it like have a tilt to it or something?
it's the finest piece of roller skating architecture. It's the way God intended roller derby to be played.
That's cool.
But it's a track that's on a vert, and the vert just helps with speed, and it also helps whenever you fall. It has give to it and kind
Okay.
of bounces.
One of the question, like, so what's the goal, I guess, of roller derby? How do you win? Because that's obviously why you guys do it, to win, right?
Yes, you're a ref. Hello.
No. Oh, okay.
The goal is to
The goal-
not get caught.
The goal is to not fall down as many times as possible. And the goal is really to make as many points as possible. And just, it's like any other game, to score more points than the other
How do
team.
you get a point?
So there's 4 blockers on one team and 4 blockers on the other team. Blockers don't score points. They try to keep this other skater, the 5th person on the team called a jammer, from getting points. They have 4 blockers. Just imagine 4 blockers in front, and behind the blockers, you line up these 2 ladies called the jammers. And the jammers are basically like your football. So the jammer has to lap the opposing blockers, and each time she laps an opposing blocker, she gets 1 point for each blocker she passes. So that creates the offense, defense, and it's going on at the same time in the sport. So the blockers are trying to stop the jammer on the other team from getting past them, hence all the hitting.
I got it. I understand it 100% perfectly now, I think, for the most part. But what is the most important like aspect of roller derby? Like, if there's one thing, and I'm thinking I can think of one thing in my head, like, hey, this is the most important thing. You have to be able to do this to be able to be successful at roller derby.
Well, there's not one most important thing, but I think if you were to have one skill that would transfer over into all of them, it would be the turnaround toe stop. The skating as fast as you can,
And then
turn around backwards and stop.
I was gonna say skating in general because I'm a bad skater, and
That's important too.
Kurt's a good skater, and I was like, hey, I know for a fact 100% I'd be the worst, participant in roller derby because I can't skate. I would just fall and then be like, hey, you're the worst. Kurt, on the other hand, I said he'd be a good
I'm pretty good. But then
skating.
there was a girl. I was skating at the Alvin skate park one night, and she was like maybe 12, and she was just like skating and having a good time and whatnot, and like passing people and like zooming in and out of people. I'm like, hey, stop doing that, kind of thing. And she stopped. Well, she jumped up in midair, spun around, looked back at me, and started skating backwards. And she was like, now what? And I was like, I'm done.
She was definitely a
Done.
roller derby skater.
I'm done.
Yeah.
12 years old can do those things. Nah, I'm good.
Thing is, anybody can do it, and we can teach you how.
You can jump up, spin around, and start skating backwards.
She can.
She can.
How long have y'all been roller skating? Well, do you use roller skates or roller blades? It's roller skates.
Quads, not
The
not
four.
blades.
Okay, gotcha.
If you want to ice skate, go ice skate. Okay, people,
Quads, 4.
stop the blading. Just go ice skate.
Dang, that's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I was a blader when I was in younger, but I definitely feel like blading for me now, like this body just does not stay up when I'm blading.
Ever since KHEA Junior has been like in the
Wow.
process,
Maybe.
the stretch marks and the
Maybe.
grind.
Dang.
Yeah. So how long have y'all been roller skating?
I've been skating since I was a child. I was a figure skater, a figure roller skater. Yes, it's really a sport.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've just had my birthday parties at skating rinks and would go on Friday
Mm-hmm.
as many weeks as my mom would take me.
Yeah, is it Fun City Skate? There's one in like
Webster.
Webster area.
There's one in Alvin.
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
One in Pearland that we skate at.
Yes.
Yeah, we have Fun City Skate in Webster. We have Alvin Skate and Party, Pearwood Skate Center. There's I can name all of them.
Yeah,
all
it
the
seems
rinks,
like
actually.
because that was it. Well, we were in Alvin the other day and we passed that one, and then we have been to the other one, Fun City Skate, over in Webster before, and we had asked him, we're like, well, where are the skating places, and like, is this something that still, do people come do this? And he was like, yeah, there are people that do. Obviously, everybody, I don't know. He said there used to be another one that they had, but they had closed, and now those people come, to him.
Yes.
Do you guys, since you guys have kids, every year does the birthday parties happen at the skating rinks? Like it's just like it has to be
Mine
what you
do.
do. Yeah,
Yes.
yes. You're like every year. Same
Yes.
And every Friday night, I can't make plans because I have to bring my child to skating. He skates Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Just for fun, just to go to the skating
Well,
rink.
she has practice on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then she goes on Fridays because that's where she gets to see all of her other friends that don't skate roller derby. But most
Yeah.
of them do go on Friday. Also, her team does go.
Cool. So with Southside Roller Derby, is that like a league? So is there teams within Southside Roller Derby? Okay, I got you.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have 4 home teams. We have Queens of Chaos,
Mm-hmm.
Maidens of Malice, Biohazard Babes, and Cutthroat Cupcakes.
Cutthroat Cupcakes.
Do they
I
pick
love
the-
the name.
And we have our referee team.
Oh,
They
okay,
are called
okay.
Skulls and Stripes.
That's funny.
And we have a travel team of all the awesome skaters that have disposable income to travel. And we're called Southside Elite. And our next Elite game is actually at the Pasadena Convention Center, November 3rd, where we're going to have teams from all over come down, and we'll have a bank track tournament.
That's cool. So y'all will potentially go face other leagues, like the people's,
yes.
Teams, traveling teams.
Other bank track leagues, and we're really rare. It's hard to be a roller derby league
Mm-hmm.
and have that bank track because it's just
Is that
labor.
awesome?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can people like in the general public come and skate on the bank track and figure out like if they're good? At
I'm
roller?
not seeing some happy faces over there.
No.
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 It requires some basic skills.
Totally.
So like the little girl
Training.
that lapped Kurt backwards, she might be able to figure it out, but like Kurt might not.
Well, I mean, if y'all want to come and do a Bank Track 101 with me, it's going to be happening November 3rd at 12 p.m.
Okay.
And we'll just make sure you have enough pads on and everything, but you'll fall a lot. You won't be able to do any kind of roller derby stuff. It would just be like, and there's rails to hang on to.
Yeah.
So you can hang on
I
to
feel
the
like
should
I'm gonna be
definitely come
holding
and try
onto
it.
the rails like the whole time, and Gardy's like running over to me, like pushing me over the rails.
I probably would have trouble in shoes. Like I'm like on the bank in shoes. I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
Just fall. Yeah. Roller derby.
Make
This
sure
is cool.
they keep your face from hitting the floor.
Yes.
They're like our mouth guards.
Wow.
So there's a couple statements that have been made on our Facebook Live stream here. So there's a bunch of comments. Thank you guys for leaving comments. You can actually ask us questions right here on Facebook, or you can give us a call or text at 346-704-1806.
Or share the video out.
Share the video out. Give it a flood of reacts. We want people to know a little bit more about this roller derby league. Somebody said, Ashley says, Cutthroat Cupcakes. That's a name I can appreciate.
She owns a bakery.
Nice.
So she has probably that, like, yeah.
Oh,
Go cupcakes.
Cutthroat
it looks
Cupcakes.
like we have a sponsor, potential
Right.
sponsor on the line,
Maybe
ladies
so.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, she actually watches and hangs out from Louisiana. And so we're like telling her, hey, send us cookies. Like send us something in the mail.
cupcakes.
Yeah,
we
need
love
cupcakes.
cupcakes. Yes, we love to eat cupcakes.
Mhm. So right now it's 9:20. We're talking to Southside Roller Derby. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Go ahead and share this video out on your Facebook feed, or just like the video. Ask us a question if you have one. I have a question right now. So whenever I think of roller derby, I think of the movies that, I've seen the previews, and I think of the event that I was able to go see, but it's always girls. And y'all mentioned that kids can do it, 7 to 17, there's a junior league. What about guys? Do guys do roller derby?
There is a men's league. Yes, we don't have it, but there is one. It's called Houston Men's Roller Derby, and you could look them up on Facebook. They're always looking for men, and the men are amazing. You're just, it's like watching football players on skates. Can you imagine football on skates? If they actually knew how to skate and do all the agility moves they do, it's like just so powerful and scary looking.
Well, hockey's impressive. Whenever I watch that, I'm like, okay, skating, ice skating, I can't do that. And then to have the coordination to be able to do the stuff that they do. And I don't know, they're not going to be as big as football players for the most part, but that's
they
impressive
can always
itself.
come and referee for us
That's cool.
if they do have like the basic skills to skate and want to learn the rule set. We would love to have more referees.
But traditionally, roller derby it's a female sport.
It's a girl sport. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Can we just have something?
Can we just have that?
Have one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
We
fair.
want that
So
and
wait,
childbirth. That's it.
Well, and I'm taking that from you too. I mean, wait. Wow. I went there. Sorry. So, when you were young, like 12, 13, was like, man, my goal in life is to be a roller derby skater. Like, that's it. Like, you're like, this is what I want to do.
No.
Nope. This is just something that just lands in your lap type thing. I don't think any of us were. What did I want to be? I just wanted to be a
astronaut.
An astronaut, and I wanted roller skating to be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And
I feel like roller derby should be in the Olympics.
Yeah, I feel like it could be.
And if they have curling, we should have roller derby.
You mentioned competitive figure roller skating, and
Yeah.
that could be in the Olympics, and that probably should be.
It's always up on the, each year the
ballot.
International Olympic Committee goes to vote. Roller skating is always on the books to be voted in or out, and it never gets voted in. But I think the if it ever is in the Olympics, they're going to start with inline skating because that's the most populated part of roller sports. But it's really like it takes a long time to judge.
Right.
There's figure, there's dance, there's freestyle, there's pairs.
Mhm.
So there's not a lot of time for all that.
Well, didn't skateboarding get in?
Is it in?
I don't think it is. I think it's in the X Games, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's made it to the Olympics yet.
I know they were voting on it. And
Something
it's one of
did
those
make
things.
it in. It was I don't remember.
Yeah.
Is it?
We'll have to do some research.
It's baseball. Baseball got in.
Oh,
didn't
it did. Yeah, because they would do the
Yeah.
baseball classic, but it's always during like the summer classic, and it's during like our league and MLB and all this stuff, and so baseball's in.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Well, I don't know. Don't listen
Shout
to
out
Tater.
Ashley.
She's not a news person, but I do remember having my heart broken, and I remember saying, "That's a professional sport. They can go play professionally. Come on, Olympics is the ultimate amateur sports competition.
Right.
Leave
yeah.
the professionals out. Come on."
Right.
That is true. We're talking to Spicy and we're talking to Tater from Southside Roller Derby on KHEARadio.com and 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. We're having a lot of fun learning about everything roller derby.
I had a friend who did it, but I can't find her name. Like way back, like 2 years
Like
ago.
her real name or nickname?
Her real name. I can't. It was somebody that I met when I first moved to Texas, and they were coming. She had blonde hair. I remember that, but I cannot remember her
That
name.
narrows it down.
I know, so narrows it down. She was about my age, but man, I cannot find. I was like, man, who was that? But
Interesting.
she went and did like roller derby and really liked it. Oh no, weird. I'm sorry.
Can you all imagine y'all's lives without like roller derby, without roller skating? Is it
No.
become such a part of who y'all are that it would be like something's missing?
I definitely
Absolutely.
always-
I've tried to go without it and just keep coming back.
Right.
I just can't quit.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking to Spicy and Tater from Southside Roller Derby. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break. Maybe take a look at the weather. It feels a little crisp and cool out there, which is kind of nice. Maybe a break from the rain. And, I brought a jacket in. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is the KHEA Radio Kickstart Weather Center brought to you by Texas Chronicles History, Mystery, and Adventure with Curtsy the Corn Casper.
currently 71 degrees right now in Lamarck, Texas. It is going to be sunny for the most part in the afternoon. 81 is your high today. Your sunset is at 6:52. Your sunrise tomorrow morning is at 7:18. Friday, 81. Saturday, 85. Sunday, 87. But it's going to cool off later next week, and that's look at the weather for the next couple of days.
You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and share this video out. And we want to get some fresh questions in. So get to thinking. We're going to keep this going. This is 99.5 FM. LFC Creative is next.
So I did see one question pop up. I got to go find it. There's a lot of comments. Thank you, guys.
I'm trying not to sniff in the microphone.
What'd you say?
Keep your allergies off the
Don't
air.
sneeze in that.
I know. I'm like,
No sneezing in the mic. Yeah.
So, and if anyone comments or tags their friend, we will be giving out a first class free if they want to try one of our classes.
That's cool.
So, in your comments, if they're leaving comments, we're going to respond to them and
Go back and respond?
and give them a coupon code for a first class free.
What?
And
How cool is that?
And y'all have a school here.
We do. We have a school.
is it a high school?
Children here.
How old do they
So,
go to?
I mean, it's like 1 to seniors in high school.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it's like
we
they
want
do
those children.
daycare.
Do you have a gym?
We do have a gym.
They probably wouldn't want us to skate on it. Everybody's
Well,
always
they
like,
did do some. So they did bring someone in during the summer during a summer program that we did, and they were doing skating. Where it's like, hey, bring $5, and this week we're going to teach y'all. There's some gear that we brought in, so they did some stuff around the gym.
Mhm.
So is that what?
Well,
do y'all
yeah.
do
You could
stuff
come
like
and
that, or
do
what
like
y'all
How
a
did they-
exposition.
exhibition.
Oh, y'all do that? Where y'all kind of do put on?
Exhibition.
Exhibition. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't try to
Don't
say
mess
that
that
on
word up.
there.
It's like surreal now. I don't even know what the real word is. Now.
Exhibition. I believe.
Exhibition.
Yeah.
Yes.
So y'all come and y'all put on stuff.
Maybe.
Well, I just want their children to sign up
Yeah.
for our roller derby.
Okay.
Right, but we want their children to know how fun it could be too.
And we teach them. We take them from on our website. It says we want you to be able to skate, but really, like I have tons of women coming, just hanging onto the walls, and,
Right.
And we take them from hanging onto the walls to awesome speed skaters, and then when they're awesome speed skaters, then we teach them how to hit people.
So we got someone said SouthsideRollerDerby.com.
This is sick.
it's great for kids that
Go ahead.
maybe don't want to
Get
do
nasty.
like ballet
Yeah.
or they're not into like being on like a baseball team.
Yeah.
My daughter, for example, like she's not like she wasn't before super social because we've moved a lot, but like
Mhm.
now she's on this team and she adores it.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You can still learn teamwork and
Right.
Mhm.
learn a skill, and it's cool.
And without the commitment of being at like a baseball field every weekend, all weekend.
It's inside, right?
Yes.
AC.
Mosquitoes here.
No.
Mosquitoes and the
Yes.
heat. What you got, Kurt?
So we have a question here from Terry. Terry, you're on KHEA Radio.
Hey, this is Terry. When is y'all's next game?
Our next game is our junior game, and it is this Sunday, 7 p.m. at Pearwood Skate Center. Also, you can get our schedule at southsideRollerDerby.com. But if most people are asking about women's, but women's is November 3rd at Pasadena Convention Center, and it's going to be super awesome because it's going to be Arizona, Austin, El Paso, and Southside all competing for in our tournament called Banks Giving.
That's cool.
Giving thanks. The Banks.
Hey, Kurt, I've seen these girls play a lot. Spicy and Tater are a couple of my favorites. And
Oh, hi.
I was wondering if either one of them are single.
I am not, unfortunately.
They both have kids.
I'm very married.
I file as single, but I do have a boyfriend, and we've been together for 5 years. So
I also
think-
have
I
a
think
derby wife, so I'm off of the market on that side too.
Mm-hmm.
You want to explain
Interesting.
what that is?
Thank you for
Oh,
listening,
yeah.
Terry, and thank you for calling
Maybe.
in.
Thank y'all so much. And Brenda, you look good with your hair down.
Oh God! Oh my God! Is this my boyfriend calling?
It's Terry. Thank you.
sounds like boyfriend. Does this look better?
Wow, that's funny. So we got Veronica said, "Hey, spicy is my favorite," and we got some emojis.
Who was that?
Veronica Zarate.
Oh,
Is that what
Cupcake.
it-
Hey,
is that
girl.
it? Yes, yes.
Wow.
So
Pastor
Thanksgiving,
Hallam.
November 3rd.
Did you see Pastor Hallam's comment?
Okay, so Pastor Walter Hallam says Bay Area Bombers were one of the greatest roller derby teams of all time. We used to watch them back in the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yes, they are. We try to be as amazing as them, but we are not picking each other up and throwing each other off the track anymore, or
Anymore.
throwing chairs.
That's what it was back then.
That's
was more
not good for the
showmanship.
face.
That was more for like wrestling kind of showmanship. It's more athletic now. I feel like it's more about strategy.
Yeah. So was it okay back in the 70s and 80s? Was it part show, like a little bit more showy,
Absolutely.
planned and stuff, and now it is more like, hey, this is real?
Oh, it's all real. We have our team practices. We have strategy. We have a season, and at the end of the season, it's you're going for the championship. And last year it was the Cutthroat Cupcakes that won the championship between the 4 teams. The year before it was Queens of Chaos that won it. So we are all competing on a local scale. So we really do want to win something.
Yeah.
And Cupcakes have won the championship for like 6 years in a row. So if that was planned, that's horrible planning, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. So
Because you want
Spread it out.
some
Spread the
rivalry,
love.
right? What is the biggest rivalry between the two teams?
Ooh.
Is there one, like when you think of like the Dallas Cowboys and like the Houston Texans, like that kind of rivalry?
They do not like each other.
They don't like each
Not
other.
friends.
I think
See, we're all friends.
yeah. Well,
But-
the thing is that we go to practice, we scrimmage against each other, we have our games, but then afterwards we are high-fiving each other, and we're at the after party, eating pizza and drinking punch, and Diet Dr. Peppers.
I
Hey,
love that.
and-
Dr. Pepper.
We have a comment and a question. Actually,
Oh
this
my
is
God.
Coach Ninus is actually one of Kurt's high school coaches back from Nebraska, where he's from, and I love whenever he's on because he brings a little bit of reality to our show in Kurt's life. He said, "How long would Kurt survive on the track? If Kurt skates, can we bring the chair throwing and chairs to the head back?"
If the referees are like on
I'm
the
gonna
Looking
veto
away.
that
timeout,
chair
maybe.
throwing.
I like her. This is good.
Yeah. Just
Now,
for the
isn't
safety
a
of our
pregnancy
other
simulator
players.
enough for people? They also want like chairs thrown at me.
I'm not sure this pregnancy
Hey,
simulator
right?
is gonna be able to simulate a pregnancy.
I
I don't.
I'm gonna find out.
very skeptical
Gardy's
of
like,
that.
I'm turning that bad boy up to 10.
Maybe one pregnancy simulator won't, but what about like 3? We hooked him up, and then I'm like,
they need to like cut you open,
Ooh.
put it right on top of like
They don't have a uterus,
Did
though,
you
so
remember-
it has to be
so
like
yesterday,
yeah.
you know.
yesterday
Wow.
we called a radio station in Louisiana. We were trying to call Gator because we're like,
well, sometimes we have bleed over from the station in Louisiana, and so we wanted to call and ask them hey, do y'all ever have bleed over from us? Because this happens often.
For
And if
us.
so, can you turn it down maybe like 1 or 2?
just so we could stop getting bleed over.
Help me out.
But we ended up calling a different Louisiana station, and the lady answered. What was her name? I don't remember.
Well, we talked to Bristol.
Bristol. That's
But we
right.
talked to their receptionist, and we ended up talking to one of their DJs and personalities named Bristol. And so she liked our Facebook page.
liked it, was listening along, and then she was like, the one thing she said, she's like, you just might as well get like a bathtub and a car battery and see how. I'm
Right.
like, really?
yeah.
And
Come
see if
on.
that is enough
Stimulation for the
stimulation, maybe. I don't know.
I feel
For
like
that.
it's just gonna be like a tins machine on your tummy.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
need
the
to.
same.
What is the thing that hurts whenever you have gas? Whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
You need to be that it needs to be directly in contact with that thing, because if it's just a tens unit like on steroids, then I don't
I don't know.
believe it.
If one's not enough, I'm telling you, we can get multiple of these in the studio to make sure Kurt experiences.
We could do it at halftime at one of our.
Hey, that's a good idea, because there was actually a lot of people that were like, "Hey, are y'all selling tickets to be able to watch Kurt be put on this?" And then someone
There
was
you go.
like, "Are you going to auction off the ability to control the pain?" And I was like, "Kurt, what have you been doing to people around here?"
Apparently, like everyone just wants to see me in pain. Coach Ninus did say, I like his suggestion. He said, I think Curt and Gardy should be celebrity coaches for an upcoming roller derby jam.
I feel like my strategy would not be that good, but I would like to attend.
Like we try.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know, guys, y'all are doing great.
You can pass out water.
I can be the water boy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Joanna wants to know what happened to the penalty wheel.
What's a penalty wheel?
Okay, so back in the old days, we've been doing roller derby for a long time. When we first started roller derby, we didn't really have rules. We were kind of like fresh off of making that transition from the old school roller derby chairs and body slams and stuff like that.
Right.
But we didn't want to do that because we actually wanted to populate a league of people. So we had this fun thing called the penalty wheel. And in between penalties or jams, if there was a penalty, one of the skaters would spin the wheel, and the wheel would have different fun things like pillow fight.
Ooh, penalty taco. Spin the taco. Sorry, you went.
Spin the taco. Eat the taco. So but now that roller derby is really like we're getting into the, where we have nationals for women's flat track, we have a World Cup, we have the junior derbies. We're really trying to build this sport up so one day it can be an Olympic sport. So we took away that fun stuff.
We can
Sorry.
bring it back to practice, though.
I mean, I'm all for bringing it back because I'm just here to have fun. But we also do want to build this sport up for the youth and, the kids that don't want to put on a tutu or be a cheerleader, or maybe she does want to do both. But we need more sports like this for women, for females, because we like to skate fast and hit each other.
And this is a full contact sport.
Yeah. And it's just better.
Only women's full contact
Going to
sport.
like places like Abundant Life Christian School to put on events like that would be huge, because then it does give them an opportunity to be like, hey, I can do something, with my life outside of being in school, kind of thing.
And any escape where they are not, playing video games on the phone or like, hey, the tablet, that's huge. YouTube. My kids love YouTube. Everybody loves YouTube. I do too. But, whenever I was, 5-10 years old, I didn't have YouTube, wasn't around. Right. So, like you mentioned earlier, something stood out to me. You said your daughter, she skates 3 times a week. She has practice 2 times on Friday. She wants to be out. She's not on her, Apple Watch, iPhone. Maybe she has those things, but it's still an outlet, a break from
doing
that.
Things like, drugs or things like that.
Yeah.
It's a positive outlook.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It also builds, all kinds of things that lead into real life. Being on a team helps you work with other people and communicate. And
are there team captains?
we have.
So like being a leader and then being able to follow instructions and
committed
committed to coming to practice.
Confidence, everything.
Yeah,
it's helped my daughter with so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then if you need to knock someone over and learn the proper way, I mean, that comes in handy
That
too.
feels
Maybe
good sometimes
The
too.
proper way. I like that. Hey, y'all, this is the proper way.
Is there a proper? Is there a form?
Yes.
Is there? Yeah, I feel like there should be, because it's like, hey, you don't want to hurt yourself. Maybe you want to hurt the other person. I don't know, but not too bad.
It's more fun when you hit your friends though than if you're angry and you want to hit someone else. So
yeah, it's fun whenever you're playing against people. That,
me and Curt, we've done some sparring and some stuff, and that's a
isn't
blast.
that more fun than like going to get in a fight because you're angry? It's more fun to go out there and-
I got angry.
Did you really?
Well, I always win somehow.
I don't know how it happens. I think there's some
But I'm, like,
bamboozling
scheming.
on the back end.
I'm scheming with the people that are putting on the whatever we're doing.
Well, I couldn't even get my face mask on,
did
right?
some-
And
we
you're
did some
like,
boxing.
bam! And I'm like, come on, I can't even see.
Yeah,
Gets 2 points.
we did boxing, and then we did some. I can't remember the name of the sport, but it's pretty much like foam swords, like sparring, and it was a lot of fun. And we're open to other things. I want to get into like an MMA gym
Well,
and just let us go.
Well, you could always come try roller derby.
We could try.
we could totally set it up.
Kurt may get me on that one.
You'll have a gym here. What size skates do you wear? What size shoe are you?
Ooh.
I'm a solid 9,
Solid
like a
nine.
solid 9.
Okay.
Like
all right.
definitely like pushing the 9, maybe smaller than a 9.
A 10.5 or 11 depends.
Oh, you're only 2 above me? That's
Yeah.
not bad. I
We
thought
have,
I have
we have enough
dainty
skates
feet.
for everybody. If they want to come try it, we have skates. We have loaner gear. If you want to come out and try roller derby, you can always.
There's some people
come try
that
it without
Hey,
the
we
initial
can bring
investment
we
of
can
the
bring
gear.
skates here. This
Yeah.
isn't our last time here. We're
Okay.
coming back.
There you go.
We'll be
You'll
back.
have a gym.
We do have a gym. There's
We
some people
could-
that are watching on our social media stream that I know would be good at roller derby.
Please sign up. We're giving you a free class.
Come
Sweet.
check it
Comment
out.
below.
All right. So let's we're gonna go back on the FM right now. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's 9:41. We're talking to Southside Roller Derby. We have Spicy.
Hi, guys.
We got Tater.
Yellow.
We got Kurt.
Yo.
And we got me. I'm Gardy. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Yeah, make sure that you haven't done so already, that you're liking KHEA Radio on Facebook. We have a lot of cool things that are happening right now. One being our giveaway to Pierogi Queen. Also, we are giving away passes to meet Clay Walker in person. All you have to do is go find those videos, like, share, and comment. We will be announcing those winners next week. We also have major events taking place this weekend, including Heartbreak Hotel Hallelujah, that's happening at 7 o'clock on Friday night and Saturday night here at Abundant Life Christian Center, 601 Delaney Road in Lamar. Come say hi to Guardian and I will be out there at the table in the foyer. Say hi. You can shake our hands, maybe sign some autographs.
And more importantly, I may bring the taco.
Woo!
I may bring the taco to our table. So if people want to take a picture with the taco, I'm open to negotiating that. And we'll see. So we have Southside Roller Derby in studio, and we're talking about everything roller derby, learning a little bit about the past and the future. So where do y'all see roller derby going?
We see it going
In
into
circles.
the Olympics.
That's the goal, right? Like
Yeah.
to get it, people playing it more around
Yeah.
the world and eventually just make it into the Olympics.
It's not
Yes.
an Olympic sport yet.
Not yet.
I
Should
figured that
be.
it was, right?
Yeah. Well, it's roller derby is part of the umbrella of roller sports. Roller sports is recognized by the International Olympic Committee, so that's a good start. But again, I feel like it's going to be the inline skating.
I
Yeah.
feel like more people watch the roller derby than like NASCAR, right? I mean, come on.
Yes,
You can
of
always
course.
host, yeah.
The most isn't NASCAR doesn't it have the most spectators?
Yeah,
Maybe so.
maybe.
I've-
But I feel like roller derby's up there, right?
It's
growing.
it should be.
Right.
I don't know those. I don't watch the
numbers.
news or
Your
yeah.
listeners could help make that happen, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
So any roller sports getting into the Olympics would have to be like a step in the right direction, right? So like,
Mhm.
let's say if that inline skating, ideally, hey, roller derby in first, but if inline skating gets in, it's like, okay,
Yes.
let's take
Yeah.
the next steps to get there. So that's a positive thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Roller sports in general, all of them, all of the disciplines. We have inline, we have hockey. Skateboarding actually was just adopted by roller sports, figure skating, roller derby, and I think that's all the roller sports.
That's cool. We have some people hanging out. Anthony said, I'd rather roller derby than NASCAR. And
That is
me
true.
myself, I'm not into NASCAR.
I'm maybe might be into more roller derby now than NASCAR.
Yeah, but you grew up.
I grew up
Like
a
a
NASCAR
NASCAR.
fan. Yes.
And roller derby is easier to get into, like as a person, cost wise, and just like finding a place to do it. Than like if you want to grow up and be like a NASCAR racer.
Right.
So
Yeah. And it's NASCAR is a sport, but do you have to work out and train and like?
Now we're attacking NASCAR.
It's not a team sport either.
Sorry, yeah, one of
Kurt's like, that's what's appealing about it. I don't got to work out.
I don't have to work out. I can jump in a car. I can drive
But how
fast.
boring is it to
and
just
golf
drive
too.
in circles?
You can like just
Hey.
like they smoke cigars and do golf.
Yeah.
Like how
Right.
is that a sport?
Oh no.
But no, I'm sure the
Both NASCAR and golf. Oh wow. Hey,
Yeah.
so a couple quick questions that I want to get answered before we have to go for this hour. One, where did your guys' names come from? And two, if you could give Gardy and I names for roller derby, what would it be?
I was thinking Gardy would be some kind of guardian of the
Taco.
taco. Yes, taco
Taco.
guardian.
The Taco Guardian.
There you go.
Taco.
I like it. I always go by
guardian.
Gardy Party, but
Oh, Gardy party.
yeah,
Or Party Gardy.
Party Gardy works too.
Grabby Gardy.
But I like Guardian.
Guardian of the Taco.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I didn't really pick my name. It kind of just came to me. Somebody said something one day. They're like, "Oh, you're spicy," because sometimes I can be a little
spicy.
Yeah.
Like a taco.
Yeah, like a taco, exactly.
Me too. I just got my name. Like, so if you come to roller derby and you don't pick your name, watch
will come
out.
to
We're
you
gonna
by one of us.
name you.
So what about Kurt? Let's see if Kurt had a name that was for him.
Kurt. I was thinking of Kurt Cobain. Kurt. Like anytime I
Cobain.
meet someone, I'm like, what would their role?
I
Why do I
like-
do this? But
For me, like the first time I met Kurt and he shook my hand, I was like, this guy's curtsy. So I call him curtsy because I was like, oh, and then every time you do like a little curtsy when you say, my name's curtsy, and then you shake the
That's
hand.
not tough enough for roller derby.
But it fits, it's fitting.
I'm the striker.
Okay.
I would do.
Is that
I go
you're
get
saying
the-
your
I
name
get
would
the
be?
point. I
You're
go
just-
get the points.
I like Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain. That's your derby name.
There you go.
Wow.
Kurt
See?
Cobain.
Now that's you.
And speaking of pain, a birthing simulator will be taking place next week where Kurt will be experiencing all of his Kurt Cobain, and he gives birth to KHEA Jr. And
That was a great lead in.
I'm really excited about that.
Kurt Cobain.
You need a jersey.
Yes.
So what about the tater? Where did the tater come from?
Tater. Some skaters just gave me that name, and I guess because I like taters.
Yeah.
Like Napoleon Dynamite kind of taters and like the pocket kind of tater.
Yeah. Share your thoughts.
Yes, Napoleon Dynamite.
Tater tots are the best.
Yeah, my kids. I have a grown up child. Her name's Tater Tot, and then I have another one, and she's.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's
Tater
name
family.
is Skittles.
Yeah. Cool. Right now it's 9:47. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We have a couple minutes left. If anybody has any questions for Southside Roller Derby, let us know. They're going to be going back and reading through the comments later and reaching out to people. So if you are interested in being a participant and learning, having a free lesson for absolutely free, just comment.
Comment here. And when is that lesson happening? Can you give that detail one more time?
Every Monday we start our beginner class, and it's for girls that haven't skated since junior high, and more importantly, children. We want more girls on our junior league. It's a beginner class. We teach you how to stop, fall, use your pads to fall, and speed skate. It's no contact. We're not going to be beating up each other. We're just teaching them how to skate.
Cool. And so we got a couple minutes left, but as far as somebody finding out more information on social media or your website, how would they go about doing that?
Go to the website at
Southside Roller Derby.
.com.
So SouthsideRollerDerby.com. And is it the same on social media as well?
At Southside Roller Derby, you search for it and you'll see us.
On
Cool.
Facebook and Instagram, right?
I
all
have
of
to
it.
know. I have to
Twitter,
know.
all of them.
Cool.
I have to know. How did you find KHEA Radio? Because you reached out to us and said, "I want to be on your show." I
And
love
you said
this
yes.
story.
Yes.
One of our former roller girls texted me and said, "You need to go be on this show. They're doing all kinds of awesome local stuff, and then everyone needs to know about y'all." So he sent me your information.
That's cool. How can we get her back in the roller ring?
Oh,
Is it
let's-
Angie?
Yes, let's do it. She's
It's
amazing.
Angie?
Why,
Yes, Angie.
Why isn't
Oh.
she?
Fancy feet.
We're gonna go
No,
see her
no.
today. We're gonna go see her today.
Well,
Angie used to roller derby.
yeah, she was a natural. I don't know what happened.
How am I
think-
just learning about this? That's awesome.
No, she's she was a
She's watching.
natural, and my soul was crushed when she
Hung up
stopped
the
showing
skates?
up. Yeah,
Is that what you do? Like I can see you tying them together, and then like you leave them in the locker room, and you walk
You
out.
never really put them
Slow
away,
mo.
though.
Oh,
You never
no.
really want to.
I think she's still outdoor skating.
Yeah.
You like hang it up.
We're gonna
That's
have to
the
ask
final
her.
scene. It's
I
almost
know.
like
We think of-
Breakfast Club kind of
Yes.
thing. They're walking away slowly as the music fades, and they go like, "Yes!"
Yeah, you think of I think of like Kobe Bryant. Like I'm a big basketball fan, and he played, up until like 3 seasons ago, and he scored 60 points like in his last game, which is insane. But he's like, hey, I can't do this anymore. I'll still have the passion for forever, but I can't play at the level that I want to and know that I was capable of. So I got to hang up the sneakers one day, and then he's walking out the locker room.
Sometimes we say that, and then you can always come ref. Like if you don't want to skate roller derby anymore. You can retire from roller derby, and then you can always come referee because you already know the rules.
Or you can just lift weights, eat right, and take care of your body and do it for as long as you can.
Yeah.
So Angie said she never stopped skating. She still skates.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So we're going to see her today, I think.
Yeah, we're meeting her at noon at Legacy Collision, which is located in Hitchcock. It's a female-ran body repair shop.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So we're going to go check them out. We've had them on before. We went down to Hitchcock over by the blimp base. So we'll be
I know
there
where I'm
this
taking my
afternoon.
car next time.
I'm hearing
Do
that
it.
song
I'm due for an oil
by
change
Fabulous
anyways.
Thunderbirds in my head right now.
Oh. Well, thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We'd love to have y'all back and talk about everything. So y'all
All
are
right.
awesome. Let's
Okay,
get into the
fine.
Olympics.
Let's get just some
Yes.
skates on, y'all.
All right. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart.
Coming up next, we have Brad Gilmore
Good job.
from The Reality of Wrestling, Booker T's right-hand man, coming in studio. We can't wait to have him here. So that's next at 10 o'clock. Stay tuned for more KHEA and KHEAradio.com.
Coming up next is Maddie Mullins, Until I Need You on KHEA.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So really, we could bring like roller skates and do like a little
That'd be awesome.
live.
Let's do it in here.
in the
We do
gym.
it in here.
This is
Carpet's kind of hard to skate on. Thank you so much for having us.
this
It's nice to
carpet
meet you.
looks great though. It's very low profile. You could roll on it.
We skate around the foyer. This is a giant building and it goes in a circle.
All right. Well, I'll contact you. We'd like to come back and
Cool.
promote whatever we got going on,
Yeah, definitely.
and hopefully, yeah, we're right down. 30.
Cool. All right. We'll see ya. So we got Brad Gilmore coming in. We're going to be talking to Brad about everything. So shout out to Southside Roller Derby for coming and hanging out with us, sharing about all the stuff they have going on. And hey, go check them out. And if you have any interest in skating, if you have any interest in learning about what it takes to be a part of a roller league, a roller derby league, let them know. And they're going to be going back in the comments and hitting up all the people.
Roller derby, as always.
Well,
that's what they were saying.
Gardy,
Brad, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
They've always, is this my chair?
Yeah, this is you right
All
here.
right. Yeah, they've always been connected.
Well, that's what they were saying. Like, hey, back in the 70s, they were throwing, like doing chairs and it was over the top. And then
Right.
they recently have like adjusted it.
Right. Well, I didn't know for the longest time that it was a show.
Yeah.
And it wasn't,
Yeah, that's what they said. But now it's like, well, they're like, well, I said, what's next roller derby? They said, we want to get it in the Olympics eventually. I'm like, well, there you go.
there's a wrestler named Chris Jericho
Yeah,
who makes a case for why pro wrestling should be an Olympic sport.
really.
And it's a very compelling argument. And I'm not just saying that as somebody who understands, wrestling. It's a very compelling argument what he makes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because it's kind of like he likens it to like rhythmic gymnastics.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of flair. There's a choreography to an athletic choreography to, a song or a whatever, you know what I mean?
Cool. I wonder if would they go in as teams then?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I guess you would have to.
Yeah, you would have to. Man, Chris Jericho. I like Chris Jericho. I remember being a kid. Well, I was a big WCW guy, and Chris Jericho busted on the scene. He had the Lion Tamer back then.
Yes.
I guess is what it used to be called.
He changed it to the Walls of Jericho.
Yeah, but he had the long hair, which is very necessary. Chris Jericho.
We know why they do the long hair too, right?
Why?
It's so they can hide their mouth when they're talking to each other in the ring.
Okay.
So, you kind of lean forward, your hair covers your face, and so the crowd can't see you talking to the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what are you
functional.
saying? Are you like trash talking, or you're like, please don't hurt me? Please don't hurt me.
No.
You're-
I won't give away too much, but you're kind of, trying to figure out where you are.
Yeah.
Where we are, where we're going.
Okay.
Where are we going?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's awesome. Now I know. behind the scenes.
Now you know.
Yeah. So Brad, we're pumped and excited, and I don't normally say pumped. That's Kurt's word, but we are excited to have you in. This is something that we wanted to do because you're doing a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah. So what all do you have going on?
Oh man, a multitude of different things. But I guess first and foremost, reality of wrestling is the pride and joy, and Kurt's definitely check that out. You've had Blake up here, JJ Blake before.
We've had
champion of all
JJ, we've
television.
had Gino.
We got Gino tomorrow.
Gino tomorrow.
Gino tomorrow.
Will Allday's been in. We've had Rex in.
Yes,
We've had Rex in.
You've had the Gambit. You
We
have the
did.
Gambit. Now the biggest star is here, though, of course. But no, reality of wrestling. It actually this month is the 6th year anniversary of when I first met Booker for Reality of Wrestling.
Wow.
I woke up one morning. I wasn't in the wrestling business at all, but I woke up one morning and I was scrolling, like you just check your phone and scroll through Twitter and stuff like that. So I scrolled through Twitter. I saw something from WWE. I was a big fan when I was a kid. I was like, oh man, let me see what they're doing. And then I clicked that, and then there's some from Booker T. I'm like, oh, Booker T is from Houston. This was like my favorite guy. The first wrestling show I ever went to, he was in the main event as the world champion. So I clicked on Booker, and then it said looking for announcers. Email this guy. So I emailed him, and then 6 years later, I'm still here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you were like 20, right? Is that what it is?
I was 19 when I met him. Yeah, when I met him, I was 19. Then 2 months later, I was 20. But yeah, I met him when I was 19. And here's the thing: this is the funniest thing. So when I went in to go meet Booker, I at the time was suffering from my second bout of Bell's palsy, where your face half of your face freezes up and it's uncontrollable. And the funniest thing is it takes everything in you to blink when that happens. And so I'm sitting there in Booker's office, and we're like sitting like you and I are, and there's a fan right here, and it's blowing directly in my eye, and I'm trying to keep a straight face, and then my eyes watering, and it looks like I'm emotional to meet Booker T. But yeah, it was the funniest thing.
A little bit. Yeah.
It was. I was a little. It was pumped. But yeah, it's just crazy. So I'm obviously reality wrestling is number one in the heated conversation, Sports Radio 610, and then all the little auxiliary shows that I do, the Brad Gilmore Show, Back to the Future, the podcast, Schmodown Rundown. I'm all over the place, man.
So you're a big Back to the Future guy then?
Oh my Lord, the biggest fan. Yeah, I'm actually on the 21st of October this month, which is Back to the Future Day.
Yeah.
I'm competing in a Back to the Future trivia challenge.
Well, that's cool.
For a company called Collider Video. And I'm going against a guy named Frank Janish.
Okay.
I'm going to wipe the floor with him.
Of course.
I'm going to wipe the floor with him. We call him Jenga Janish because he's as tall as a Jenga tower. But I'm going to wipe the floor with him. And so I want y'all to check that out on Collider Podcast on October 21st. The Back to the Future Championship of the World is on the line.
That's awesome.
Dude, that's what's up. So I'm a big fan as well. So Back to the Future 2 was the first movie I saw, in the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first I saw the cartoon. There used to be a
the
cartoon.
animated series. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
That might be in the trivia. You got to know that.
So this is going to definitely trivia, Gardy trivia. So it came on TV, and so I had my VHS, and I was like, Mom, I'm so excited. I want to see. So I had to record it on the TV. I'm 32, so that was in the early 90s, and so we had to put it in,
VHS,
press record, catch it
the
on the
whole
VHS, and
nine.
then I watched it over and over again. So I was telling my son this morning when I took him to school that his name was this close to being Marty. I'm Gardy, and I was like, man, how cool would it be
to be Marty?
Marty Gardy Garcia. It's my last name. But I'm a big fan as well.
Yeah. Well, I think the second movie, I think it gets a bad rap. A lot of people don't like the second movie, and really they don't like the second and the third.
Yeah.
The third, I think, probably gets the worst rap. But when I was a kid, that was my favorite one.
Yes.
Was part 3.
Yeah, part 3, really?
Yeah.
Because the Old West?
Yeah, I don't know. I just liked it. I guess I was like, oh, is this what Texas looked like? I don't know what it was. I really enjoyed part 3.
Yeah.
And then, as I've grown with the trilogy, there's different things I like about each of them, but some of the most iconic things about Back to the Future came from Back to the Future 2.
Mm-hmm.
We think about the hoverboard,
the shoes,
Jaws 19, Pepsi Perfect. There's so many things that, you that are synonymous with the franchise, even Mr. Fusion on the back of the DeLorean. The Almanac. Yeah. That are more, I think really the most iconic film is the second one.
Yeah, I agree. And then whenever the Cubs were in the World Series, I was like, please, make this happen.
It's crazy how much they got right, though.
Yeah.
In that 2015 thing, because, they had, you're paying with stuff with your fingerprint, you're opening doors, there's picture-in-picture hoverboards, kind of came
that's whenever the big hoverboards,
now,
where you stand on, they were blowing up.
Here's the thing. Can I tell you who's a big fan of that hoverboard?
Who is?
That style hoverboard?
Booker T.
Booker T's the biggest
really?
hover. Now, here's the thing. He's not listening, I hope. Maybe he is, but if he is,
If he is, then I have a message for him. But we'll get into that later.
Okay, we'll get into it in a minute. But so we were at the Toyota Center for a WWE show.
Mhm.
We were backstage getting interviews, and he has a little hoverboard with him. So we're leaving the show, and I'm actually talking to the aforementioned Chris Jericho
Yes.
and Pat Patterson, and I'm meeting them for the first time, and we're chatting, and Booker's going, on his hoverboard up the little ramp, there in the back of the Toyota Center, like where all the, there's reserve parking for like James Harden and Carmelo back there, right?
Yeah.
So he's going up that ramp, and his hoverboard dies halfway up the ramp. His hoverboard dies, and he takes the biggest bump off the hoverboard, just flat back, boom, right there on the concrete.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, and Chris Jericho is laughing his head off. It was one of the funniest things. And I've seen him do that twice, by the way. He's taken a big nasty crash off the hoverboard.
No.
The hoverboard that doesn't hover. But yes, off the hoverboard.
Yeah. Wow. I remember whenever they actually reproduced the Air Mags, and I was like, I want some. And then it was like went to like eBay auction for charity, and they were going for like $100,000.
Right.
The first pair was like ridiculous. And I was
Right.
like, yeah, that'll never.
I
happen.
have a replica pair.
You do?
I do. I have a replica pair. I just got them like a month ago.
That's
Like
cool.
I said, I'm in every now and then, like every 3 months, I'll just fall back into the rabbit hole, Back to the Future, and buy all these. I even got like a little piggy bank that says "Save the Clock Tower" on it.
Yeah,
I'm too far in. I'm way
Yeah.
too far in.
I was pretty close last year. I was trying to buy a DeLorean because the DeLorean motor, like it's an Umble now.
yeah,
where
yeah.
they
I've
have all
been
the
there.
parts.
Yeah.
And man, I was trying, but they're very nice cars, and I went and checked it out and stuff. And so about, I guess, 10 years ago, I got my DeLorean tattoo.
Oh,
So, yeah,
wow.
One
Okay.
day.
So you are a fan. Look
Yeah.
at that.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. And what?
Okay,
And
so-
so okay. So you're a big fan.
I love Back to the Future.
Yeah. You're a big fan. That's crazy. Yeah. So have you been to the DeLorean Motor Company?
Yeah.
You went there? Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's awesome. What, were you there when they still had the time machine in the main lobby?
No.
Okay. So I went maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right when they announced that they were coming back out with the DeLoreans and they were
Mhm.
going to reproduce them. And Stephen Wynn over there, who's the owner of DeLorean, invited me to come down. Went down, and they had a time machine right in, like the full working time,
Yeah.
all the sounds, everything. I'll show you a video in a second. And it was there. And then they recently sold it for $88,000.
Wow.
Yeah, 88.
Of course.
Of
yeah.
course, it was 88. I'm sure whoever bought it was like, I only want to buy it for
Yeah.
88,000.
That's awesome.
Someone
This
offered
is
more, and
not
they're
by
like,
the-
no, that person's a
No.
fool. They're not a fan. They don't
He
deserve
said
this.
90.
This was not the conversation that I expected
Well,
from today.
So,
this is
so
fun.
Chevy, Chevy Chevrolet, he had done some wrestling
Yeah,
podcast stuff,
Chevy. Yeah. I've
and
done a
so
show.
He told me, he was like, dude, he's a big Back to the Future fan because he knew
Yeah.
I was a fan. He said he has a Back to the Future podcast. I was like, no joke. And I told Kurt, and I don't know if he sometimes when I say
That
stuff,
probably just went over my head.
I was like, dude, no, I was like, I'm
excited about talking about Booker and everything
And we
else.
will.
And it's like,
And we'll get there.
we're
Yeah,
gonna start
I'm here as
about-
long as you need me.
but we got to
Yes.
start with Back to the Future because if
Yeah.
he has a podcast, that's
Yes,
pretty cool.
yes.
That's where it
Season
starts.
5, like I said, season 5 of my Back to the Future podcast starts October 21st with that trivia challenge. So
Do you know? So October 21st. Do you know why that's Back to the Future
because
Day?
that's the year that he went back to, or the day that he went back to in that year the first time.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen Back to the Future.
congratulations! Look at that.
Easy.
Come on,
Easy one, okay.
But what's
Give me a hard
crazy
one.
is like doing the show, and I've had people from the movie on, and people who've made the movie on, the special
Yeah.
effects supervisor, all these people, and to now like be, I guess, friendly with a lot of these people, like Jeffrey Weissman, who played George McFly in part 2 and 3 after
Yeah.
Crispin Glover left. He'll call me randomly just to chat now, and it's just crazy. It's the same thing with wrestling. Is Booker T calls me 3 or 4 times a day, and it's still every time I see his name pop up, I'm like,
Little surreal, like
why is Booker T calling me?
yeah.
What can I have
Sucker.
to offer?
Dang. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So after this, we're gonna go on the FM. So yeah, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube right now,
So
and
we're about to go on to FM.
yeah,
Yes.
we'll go on the FM as
In
well.
about what 3
After
minutes?
this, yeah, we got
3
3
45 seconds or so.
So what's up, Chevy? Chevy just tuned in.
That's funny.
Chevy's the
Chev.
man.
What up, Chev?
Yeah, he's always up to some cool
That's
stuff.
my guy. You know what's really weird about Chevy? I think he had a friend or somebody who did repairs at my my parents' house, right? And one time I got a text message from Chevy with a baby picture of myself. And it was very
Chevy.
creepy. It was
Chevy.
very odd. And then
Yeah.
and then he was like, I hope you're not freaked out by this. And I'm like, I'm gonna look at you differently the next time I see you.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, you know.
That's funny.
Shake your hand, but do like the long reaching
Yeah.
one, you know, keep your distance.
Where are you from?
I'm from Friendswood.
You grew up
yeah,
here. Okay.
Yeah. Houston, Texas, Friendswood, Texas. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
That's funny.
Yeah. So Chevy's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I kind of remember you doing that when I met you at the Reality Wrestling. Like,
Oh, the
up there,
long
like,
handshake. Yeah, you know,
like,
you gotta.
It's like,
yeah.
hey, maybe just like a fist bump.
Yeah.
Maybe a fist bump over there.
That was
Okay,
after I got like destroyed by JJ Blake that night, and I was
And-
already like down in my lucks, and then it's like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I just
Well, you know what's funny is like there's a tradition. I don't know if any of the guys who've come up here have talked about it, but there's a tradition in wrestling where you have to shake everybody's hand. So when you get to the building, you have to shake everybody's hand. Like everybody, you have to go around. Everyone
like
does
crew
it.
and stuff
Crew,
too?
everybody who's there, you shake them, by the hand. I think that sometimes by the end of the night, we're just like, I'm not shaking anybody's hand.
Yeah,
I'm done with it.
Yeah, just
No, but now it's gotten to where I'll just sit at a table and be like, hey man, what's up? Yeah. How's it going?
yeah.
I see you over
JJ
there.
did that. Well, JJ wouldn't even give me a head nod.
Well, he's a
JJ
superstar.
Blake
Can
is
I-
a big fan. He's a big fan of yours.
I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
big
what-
JJ
I'm
Blake.
not a
I'm
big fan of
understanding.
JJ
I'm
anymore.
a big fan of JJ Blake. I gave him the name the Dynamite Adonis. He is the champion of all television, JJ Blake.
He is.
Yes, he'll be in action this Saturday.
Do you know who he's up against?
JJ Blake.
I don't think it matters. If
I
I asked
don't
JJ,
know.
he would say like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because he's going to win.
Does not matter.
It does not matter because he's going to win at all. So,
That's funny.
I think JJ. He came. I think he's from Virginia. Yeah, he is. And he came down a few years ago, right before we moved to the Texas City location. And so, some guys you just know when they come in, like they're going to have that personality. They're going to have that charisma,
Mhm.
which is 90% of what we do
Right.
is charisma. There's 10% athletics, 90% is my ratio, at least for, charisma will sell. If you go watch a Hulk Hogan match, he's not the greatest wrestler ever, but his charisma back in the 80s was the biggest thing. Or Steve Austin, even.
Mhm.
Even The Rock, as great of an athlete as he is, his charisma is what carried him through matches. Not dropping an elbow on somebody after
going
taking his
around
elbow pad off.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the most athletic maneuver. I
That's
think
true.
I could do that.
Yes.
Curt could do that.
yes.
Kurt can throw some elbows.
He can throw some bows.
Yeah.
I've heard stories.
Uh-oh.
Kurt's been.
Have you heard what we've been saying?
Well, I don't know. We have a lot.
We'll
of
get
fun
into
in
that.
there.
We'll get into that. I'm ready.
Is there still? I always heard that Brad was going to put like a restraining order on you. Has that been lifted?
it's-
Is it still? Are the
It's
cops
being
on the way?
discussed. My counsel is still, in
Has
the
he
midst
heard?
of drafting
Does
the
he know?
litigation.
Say we got 25 seconds.
All right.
We're gonna make it happen here.
Oh, I love these
Sweet.
headphones.
They're great, huh?
These are nice and big. They like swallow your head.
Yeah, they keep us in. It's like a velvety smooth.
It's like George
Feeling on the
Costanza,
ears?
just draping myself in velvet.
Yes. All right, we're about to go on and do this. It's gonna be a good time. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy,
And I'm Curt.
and we have a special guest in studio.
Finally.
We've been trying to make this happen. I feel like for years now, and I'm so excited. We're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. It's 10:08 a.m. This is KHEA Radio. We got the Brad Gilmore in studio. What's up, Brad?
What's up, guys? I'm excited to be in the building.
Man, we are excited to have you. Brad, you have a lot of stuff going on. You're locally from here. Can you kind of
Yeah.
break it down? What do you have going on? Somebody does not know.
Oh, man, I got everything. A radio host, podcaster, dabble in music, reality wrestling with Booker T, heated conversations with Booker T. I'm actually the dress shoe wearing, Ric Flairin, good hair having, entertainment world champion is what I am. And I'm excited to be here, KGA, because I've heard, your man Curt over here. I just heard him. Let's just end it there. I've heard your man Curt over
because he's
there.
been talking a lot.
He talks. He likes to run his mouth, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Hey, I am more. I just got more excited. Curt, running his mouth is an appropriate way to explain what Curt has been doing.
Yes.
I just want. I'm for the people. I am for the people of the people, and I feel like I can give the people what they want.
But are you by the people? I don't know if you're by the people.
I can give
No
the
people would stand by him. Trust
You know
me.
what?
No people would be by him.
Okay, so my good friend Rex Andrews was in here, and I
Okay.
feel like Rex begged and begged and begged and begged for finally having a chance to win a legitimate title
Okay.
from the reality of wrestling.
And he had the shot, and what happened? He is the champ. So shout out to
Now
him.
he
He
is
is the
But
champion.
how long did Booker T keep him from winning that title?
He didn't keep him at all. The first opportunity that he had at the championship, Gino took, the shortcut. He took a shortcut way out, and then in the rematch, he won the title. So I'm just saying, he might have kept them away from one another for a while, but he had to let them build.
Sure, that makes sense. Retzel Rex was saying that's one thing. He's like, you know what, Booker, I feel like he's protecting his boy Gino. He won't let me have this opportunity, and when I have the opportunity, I'm going to win. I'm going to be the champ.
Yeah.
And
he did. And he's a champ. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, Rex Andrews came from Dothan, Alabama. We started reality wrestling at the same time. We're the same age. I got to see him grow into this incredible performer. And, he is, in all seriousness, I think he's the standard bearer of what a professional wrestler should be at reality wrestling. He takes it seriously. He, does different competitions, jiu-jitsu. He takes acting classes, works on his promos. He used to be one of the worst promo guys I'd ever heard. Oh my goodness. When he was Sergey Volkov, he was one of the worst promos I've ever heard. And now he's probably the best on the show. Top 2-3 guys we've ever had through there. And that's why I love that Rex is the champion right now, because it shows you what hard work, dedication will do. I know those things sound so cliche, but if you really apply yourself, you get your 10,000 hours in, you can do anything.
So I've read some, and then, whenever you were doing your introduction, so you're kind of like considered the Ric Flair of entertainment. Is that correct?
You know what? I will take that comparison. I will.
He's like, I got it.
I will take that comparison. It's just, I've been around different industries for so long now. I've been performing live since I was 15 years old in different clubs around Houston. And, that now I'm here at reality wrestling. And so it's been a decade-long journey for me. And so I wear that title proudly. The dress you wear and Ric Flair and good hair have an entertainment world champion.
Hey, you do have good hair. I have to say.
The hair is great.
Yeah.
The hair is great. It's okay.
Pretty good. Kurt, just leave your hat on. Don't even take off your hat whenever Brad Gilmore's here.
You don't do that,
It's
Kurt.
not fair.
Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in a losing situation?
It's a rookie mistake.
Wow.
It's a rookie mistake.
Losing situation. Oh,
Kurt, just
man.
take the hat off to show what you're working with.
Let's see it. Let's see Mr. Casper.
Oh, okay. Put it back on. Put it back on.
Kind of a mess.
Kind
It's a
of.
little messy. It's a little messy.
But it's been
I think
under
the
a hat.
hair on this unicorn looks a little better than yours right now.
Dang. Well, Chevy cuts my hair.
Yeah, I wish Chevy does
That
a great job.
explains everything.
But Chevy does a great job. But dude, when you have Brad Gilmore coming in, I
wore
contemplated
the hat just because I'm like, man, I can't be around Brad like this.
I almost wore a suit today.
can't.
I almost wore a suit today because I was like, I got to step my game up.
You knew it. You knew.
I knew.
You knew what it was before you walked in.
But I said, I'm not going to try because sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you think it does in your head. But Kurt, I was like, okay, maybe he'll at least like run a comb through it.
Dang.
If you're not watching on our Facebook page, go watch. Go search KHEA Radio on Facebook. Make sure you're liking. You can see. We need to have a vote. Can you do a poll, Kurt?
I can do a poll.
Do about your hair. We need who has better hair, Brad Gilmore or Kurt with the hat, Casper? And we can see
the people will vote. I am of the people for the people.
That's what you're saying. But you're not by the people, and the people aren't by you. So we have already.
No one would stand by Kurt. Not one person.
So Kurt, you've been running your mouth. Brad, have you heard any about?
I've heard rumblings.
Rumblings?
I've heard
there were going to be rumblings.
I've heard rumors on the internets. That he has something to say. Well, I'm here now. I'm here in the flesh.
Okay, so I want Booker T. I want to take on the Booker T in the ring in my hot dog suit. No question. I feel like I could take on Booker T.
Let's just stop for a minute here. Let's just stop in your hot dog suit.
In my hot dog suit.
Now,
listen,
why do you think that would help you?
Because I feel like...
Did you see the picture that Booker put out yesterday? Did you see this picture?
Did he eat a hot dog? Because I feel like that would be bad.
You should see... I know you have Instagram. Someone pull up Booker T's Instagram and look at the picture that he put out yesterday. And then I want you to really strongly consider if putting on a hot dog suit would give you half of a chance against the mountain of the man known as Booker T. Huffman.
To be fair, when Kurt puts on the hot dog suit, he turns into a different person. And it's part of a person.
Look at that. Look at that.
Okay. I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. Come on. Have you seen me without my shirt on?
No, I don't. But I can guarantee you don't look like that. That man is 53 years old. And he's found the fountain of youth.
Yes. So you only came up in this conversation because everyone feels that in order to get Booker T, You have to go through the.
You got to go through Brad. You know, you are the gatekeeper.
Am I the gatekeeper? Is that what people tell you?
I
That's
think
what
so.
we've heard.
Okay,
That's what we've heard.
I'll take it. I'll be the gatekeeper. I'll be the key master.
See, here's how it started. Rex was like upset because he was like, I could never get a true chance because everything happens. Booker T comes out and stops the match right when I'm about ready to win. And I was like, Rex, I really like you. I'm not going to let this happen. I will go backstage. I'll sneak back there. I will keep Booker T distracted. I will take out Booker T. You do what you need to do in the ring, and then you win. And then Booker T won't ever be able to. I'll be like, hey, Booker T, you got me now.
Yeah, I don't think that would work out for you. Now let's think about it though. Anything can happen on any given Sunday.
Right.
So what's your athletic
yeah.
background? Let's think about it. What do you got here? We got Little League baseball, probably.
Yeah,
some badminton.
He played some soccer.
Played some soccer.
He watched NASCAR growing up.
You
We talked about that earlier.
You watched NASCAR.
Well, that actually would help.
One time I walked from the couch to the TV and back. That was pretty impressive.
Okay.
He had an injury really bad on his hamstring. Had to quit junior high football. So
Yeah, hamstring injuries. Maybe.
He's the Des Moines ping pong champion of the Southeast.
yes.
Des Moines, Iowa. Oh, Iowa, the worst.
Oh wow! Wait, why are you shooting shots at Iowa?
Because I'm from Nebraska and we hate Iowa.
No, that's
Come
even
on.
worse.
See,
Nebraska.
Come on.
What's there? I don't even know what's
Curt.
in Nebraska.
Well, they have Kurt's family and they have corn, and that's
All
about
right.
it.
Right.
They try and play football, but it doesn't
Right.
work out. Not
It
this
doesn't
year, at
work out that.
What would be the first move that you would be like, this is how you get by Booker T?
Well,
This is the move that you do first. To
I
win.
mean, I don't know. There's a lot going for him, right?
Yeah.
So I would think that you would need to try to do some sort of distractionary, kind of thing here.
Hypnosis, magic.
Hypnosis. Yeah, maybe a little sleight of hand action with like a cup and ball routine or something.
Look over here.
Yeah. Look over this way. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe tell him to pick a card. I think that would be the only arena where you would have
Pick a card.
some shot. Yeah, pick a card, Booker, then make him start thinking about the card, and then try to distract him.
he is 53.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
He's way better
I was
in
gonna
shape.
be like,
Keep your words soft and sweet.
I'll bring a cane. The walker, something.
Booker
I
T's
don't
in
know.
better shape than me and you combined.
We
by,
were gonna
like,
do. We
a
were gonna
million.
do a hot dog chronicle where we were gonna be standing outside of the Booker T arena, just pounding on the door, be like, Booker,
Yeah.
I
You can
want
try that.
you.
No,
we're-
we're try that.
I think we're still going to do this. And this was kind of my idea because I was like, Kurt, this would be awesome. If you don't know what Hot Dog Chronicles is, and I'm pretty sure you do not because not many people do. Hot Dog Chronicles is a series that we have been putting out where Kurt's in his hot dog costume, his outfit. He's had it for about a year now, and it's become a part of who he is. We've taken it to the cleaners. We have taken it to I-45 and the theater, like asking for Facebook likes, and we've gotten them. So I told Kurt he needs to go outside the Booker T World Gym Arena
That's right.
in his hot dog suit.
That's right.
Be like, Booker, Brad, I'm right here. Come out and face me.
If I show up to the reality of wrestling event on Saturday night in a hot dog suit, just know something bad is going to happen.
Well, if you show up, first of all, if you have the courage to show up on Saturday in general,
What time
Right.
does it start?
7:00 bell time.
7
Okay,
o'clock.
now,
bell time.
7 o'clock Saturday.
If you have the courage, first of all, to even show up, show your face, your Nebraskan face in the building, that I'll give you credit for. Then if you show up in a hot dog suit, I'll give you even more credit for it. But I can't tell you what Booker T might do
Booker
if he
T
sees
would be
somebody.
like, get out of here. And he
He
just
might.
flings me
He
with
might.
his little finger. He's like,
Now you remember what he did to my guy JJ Blake. He threw him out of the building one time. Literally had him carried out the front door.
dang. Okay, I'm okay with JJ now being thrown out the door. I'm not a fan of JJ anymore.
Whoa! Why flip mode? Flip
Okay,
mode.
I'm a big
because
fan.
here's what happened.
He's so wishy-washy. He's
here's
a
what
front
happened.
runner.
Here's what happened. JJ
Just
Blake
like a
came in the
Nebraskan.
studio, and we were like, "Oh, this is awesome. We love JJ Blake. He's in here."
Right. We
We
didn't
show
realize
up.
we didn't realize he was a heel. P.S. Keep
Okay.
going.
So we show up, and people start booing him.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, JJ. And I realize I am the only person cheering for JJ Blake in the entire arena.
I was too, to be
Well,
fair.
Gardy
No,
was
I
too.
was there.
Yeah,
I was
come
there
on,
as
man.
well.
Okay, we were
Sure.
cheering
Yes.
for
One
JJ
thing we
Blake.
can all agree on.
And I got hit in the back of the head by somebody's mom who said, stop, booing my son. And I was like, okay, sorry, but I like JJ Blake. So then I'm like, JJ, I'm your truest fan here. I walk up to the ring area, put out my hand for a high five.
Uh-oh.
JJ just keeps walking.
Yeah.
Doesn't even see me. I'm his biggest fan. And he left me hanging. I was mad.
And then
He
what
can't
I was
show
happened?
you any
mad.
love. Why would he show you love?
But
Because
the
I'm his
kid,
biggest fan.
The best part.
The little kid looked at me and goes, that's what you get for rooting for JJ Blake.
The kid was like 8 or 9 years old, and I was like, "Did he just say that? That was hilarious. It was awesome. It was really funny." But JJ won. You know, he ended up getting his belt back. I think he didn't win it, or he lost his belt, right?
He did. Unfortunately, he lost it to Big Van Harrison.
Wasn't he the one who was like, "I am the champion of all television"?
He still is.
But he doesn't have the belt.
He doesn't have the way. You know what's in a belt?
So how can you? Like,
by the way, Curt, it's a championship, not a belt. The belt holds your pants up.
Dang.
So call it by its proper name.
It's a championship.
Yes.
Facts.
I feel like he built the belt though. Like he built it.
The championship.
The championship.
He did. He made it what it is. He
You were there. That guy was like, "Mr. Blake, I'm done crunching the numbers." The next thing he'd open the suitcase and there was a championship belt. Championship in there.
Championship.
Just a championship. It was in there. But hey, shout out to that accountant. That guy, whatever he was.
Yes.
That's
Alexander
impressive.
James Baker III.
You know who I really like at Reality of Wrestling? The refs. The refs are the best.
The refs are pretty cool.
Okay.
And I like
and also maybe Brad's like, yo, okay, they're the best.
No. I'm going to shout out Kelly. Kelly, who's one of our referees. She does a great job. And then Isaac Bullion is a jabroni.
Is he the one who gets booed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our most senior official. What a jabroni.
Jabroni. I love that word. I'm going to use that.
It's a great word. You can throw it out with anything.
I feel like, yeah.
Wrestling has its own lingo. Jabroni is one of them. Gimmick. Every wrestler says gimmick. Like, you know how like someone would say, "Hey, pass me the phone," right?
Yeah.
They say, "Yeah, pass me the gimmick."
Really?
It's so annoying.
Wow.
I can't tell you how
You'd
annoying
be like,
it is.
stop.
No, because I do it too. I annoy myself as well. We'll get the gimmick that does a gimmick. Yeah.
Have you ever stepped in the ring as a part of like being in a match?
No. I've had one physical altercation in my professional wrestling career, and it was with ruthless Ryan Davidson.
Oh, I see.
Ryan Davidson shoved me to the ground early in my career. He asked me to stand up and then shoved me to the ground violently. And then after that, I want no part of anything physical. I'm just the guy at the booth. I'm the pretty one behind the big desk. And I just want to sit there. I want to call the matches, be straight down the middle, not partial at all. Unlike Matt Topolsky, who's super impartial, or super partial, I should say. And that's what I wanted. I just want to do my job, get my check and get out of there.
Okay, I got you.
No, I don't want to get hurt.
So Curt, whenever he talks about himself, he says, this is his moneymaker. He talks about his face. And I mean,
Curt says this.
This is exactly what Curt says.
Curt,
no punches to the face.
I feel like Brad Gilmore is Curt if Curt had his life together. Right?
Maybe.
Is that fair?
If I was like, oh yeah,
if Curt had his life together, he'd be at the starting point. I think that he'd have quite the journey.
Leanne says, I did see Curt with combed hair last night at church, and it looked good.
Thank you. Phone drop.
It looked good. It looked good. Okay.
Got one.
Thank you,
All right,
Leanne.
Shout out to you, Leanne.
Oh, well, I wonder if Leanne was the vote. So right now we are sitting on a poll, and the question is, who has better hair, Brad Gilmore or Curtsy, the cornless Casper? And Brad's sitting at 80%, and I think Curt voted.
80. We got to get them polls up.
I think
Curt voted. Poll number up.
I think I voted for myself.
80's not enough. We got to get those poll numbers
And you might
up.
have got Leanne's vote because she was feeling for you.
Aw, thank you, Leanne.
Leanne is awesome. She works here with us as well. She's super cool. But right now it's 10:23. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're on every weekday, 8:30 to 11 a.m.
8:30-ish.
8:30-ish. Sometimes things happen.
Yeah, sometimes traffic. You never know.
We make the rules here, so it goes. But we have Brad Gilmore in studio, hanging out, having a good time, talking about getting Curt in the hot dog suit into the reality of wrestling.
I don't want to get Curt in anything. Let's just put that out there.
He's like, I'm not the one who's saying this. Yeah,
I'm not going to dress him. I'm not going to pick out his clothes for him.
He needs, so he takes very good care of this hot dog suit. It's a little bit disturbing.
Okay.
Just picked it up from the cleaners.
You take it to the cleaners?
Oh, yeah.
Dry cleaned.
Oh, they're like, yeah, we can do this. I'm like, good, because it needs to be cleaned every week.
Yeah, there's a Pilgrims in Lamarck. They take really good care. Sweet people over there at Pilgrims Cleaner. Shout out to
Pilgrims in Lamarck.
Yes.
Appreciate you. But yeah, I would be very concerned if somebody showed up with a hot dog suit and asked me to dry clean it.
Yeah, we do, but we usually do it like streaming live from social media. So they're like, okay, these guys are up to something.
They're up to no good. Yeah, they're up to no good. A hot dog suit, you can't be up to any good.
Yeah. What do you think, Curt?
How
are you feeling right
it
now?
would be up to good.
You know what's funny is I feel like Curt was running his mouth a lot more, but now that I'm here in the flesh, he seems to be kind of a little quiet.
No. I'm just letting you think that because when I show up on Saturday in my hot dog suit, you're going to be like, oh, he wasn't joking. Quiet Curt.
Yeah.
Quiet Curt in a hot dog suit.
Hey, I got one more vote. I got one more. It's now 67 to 33.
These are what you call pity votes. You know, people out there.
What?
Kurt's
I
probably-
am of the people, for
How
the
can
people.
you have better hair? No,
by the
no one
people.
stands by you. And I don't know how you can have better hair when you're wearing a hat. You're not even showing off your
I'm
hair.
trying
How
to
can
hide
anyone
it.
vote?
It was probably Chevy.
Chevy.
We got Chevy,
Chevy
Leanne,
said
Kurt.
Gilmore has the best hair in the biz. Sorry,
Chevy
Kurt.
said this. Thank
Yes.
you. Even though I'm a Ford guy, I like Chevy.
So whenever it comes to like preparation of
Yeah.
being like the champion of entertainment
Yes.
and like the hair and the
Yes.
persona and everything, like how much work does that take?
None. It's
Is it
natural.
natural?
Wake up like this, like
You wake
Beyonce.
up and you wake
Flawless.
up.
To be
Flawless.
fair, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's either natural or it's be like, hey, it takes a lot of work. I
So
don't know.
I used to be when I was younger. I used to be the most shy person in the world,
Uh-huh.
and I remember, and I would get nervous all the time talking to anybody. Like I remember, I used to get haircuts, and I would just stay there quiet, let her do her job or whatever. But I remember 5th grade, I was running for judge. I wanted to be judge of Edgar Allan Poe Elementary School. I still don't know what judge did, but it was a title that I
It's a
could
cool
attain.
title, yeah.
It would be cool. Yeah, I mean, you're the
Funny.
judge of the school.
Mhm.
And then I remember I had to give a campaign speech. And my campaign manager was supposed to get up there and be like my Flavor Flav and hype me up, give me a nice little intro. And all he said was, "This is Brad." And then I had to go up there and I was reading over my notes. And then I was so nervous, I just left my notes on the table and I walked up to the, I was speaking in front of everybody at Edgar Allan Poe Elementary. And I walked up to the stage and then I was like, okay, I got to own this moment. And then from then on, I was the entertainment world champion.
So did you kill that
I
speech?
lost. I lost. by a large
Like, I
margin.
lost.
Yeah.
I don't know
lost.
what judge was, but I lost. I
lost
remember
it.
I lost.
I lost it to Mel Merriweather, but I want to say there was some electric rigging
Oh,
because
man.
she had candy that she was giving out
That's
at the
messed up.
ballot boxes.
Me.
He was
He
giving,
is me.
he
He's
was-
like a cleaner me. I make excuses when I lose too.
she was giving out candy at the ballot box. I can't compete with that. I didn't even have posters. I had little buttons, and that was it. And I only had like 5 of them.
Yeah.
You know what makes me like really scared of Brad right now? Kind of a little bit. That like makes me like
no one
shy
has ever
and
been
quiet.
scared of me ever in
It's
my
the
life.
suit. It's the suit.
Well, it's just a jacket.
It's a pretty good looking jacket.
It's a little fit.
It's a penguin jacket.
It's a penguin. Yes,
like
it's
penguin.
I do. I'm a big fan. Own a lot of their shirts, their suits. Their
Yeah.
Is there a
accoutrements.
penguin over there?
There's a penguin.
There's a
On the
penguin on.
lapel.
Yeah, I don't have any of their jackets or anything, but I have like some of their t-shirts and I have a pair of
They're
their
very
shoes
good.
and stuff. I like penguin.
Yeah, original penguin.
It looks
But
good.
what's funny is I
Kurt's
lost
taking notes. Like
I lost
penguin.
one of my
Where?
I lost one of my shirts at the dry cleaners. Not Pilgrims though in Lamarck.
Oh,
at a
yeah.
different dry
Gotta
cleaners.
go
They
to
wouldn't do it.
Pilgrims
They're
of
the
Lamarck.
best.
But I lost it, so I was like, let me hit a penguin and see if I can find out like a model number for it, so I can order another one because I love this shirt. And so I go on Twitter to DM Penguin, and I realized I was DMing Penguin Publishing, the book company, and they're
That's
just like,
funny.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We don't sell shirts,
Wow.
but if you need any books bound, maybe we can help you out.
You're like done.
Actually-
Sign me up. Sign me-
Just write one real quick. Send it out.
Yeah.
Publish this.
Yeah, publish it. Give me the check. I like it.
So I have to ask Brad this question.
Yes.
This is one that came about when JJ Blake was in studio.
Okay.
I think you know where this is going because JJ sent you a text message. As
Ah,
JJ
yes,
was
yes.
leaving, he's like, look,
Yes.
Brad responded.
Yes.
So tell us about
2011.
2011. Yeah. I mean, 2011. The group 2011 formed in 2006.
that makes no sense then to be 2000.
So okay.
Future.
Just yeah, we're
future.
looking in the
Sit
future.
back, relax.
So it's kind of corny, but we all graduated high school in 2011. So when we in 2006, we were like, that was like the pinnacle of everything is graduating high school. So
Right.
we're like, okay, we'll call it 2011. But yeah, me, Trey, Avery, Motai, Dallas, Corbin Dallas, who's out there in LA now. Yeah, we formed in 2006 and we've been together ever since. We're still together. We're working on a new album right now, but our last album, 20 Summers, dropped a few years ago. And we had a new single back in December of last year called Falling Back. And, I see you smirking over there, Kurt. I see you smirking hard. But, 2011, to quote the Free Press, Houston, one of the most talented collectives in the city of Houston. I'm just quoting the press. I didn't write it. I'm just saying that's
I
what
felt
they
like
said.
it was hidden because we were like, JJ, do you know about this? And JJ was like, no. And then I told Gardy, I'm like, Gardy, we're saying secrets that we shouldn't say. Brad's gonna show up pounding on this window here
No,
any minute.
It's
Be
not
like,
a secret. I'm very
"Stop."
proud of it. I'm very proud of the music that we made. And, those are 4 of my closest friends. Look at this. The mic is trying to run away from Kurt. Hot takes. But yeah, I mean, that's how I started me starting in music is what led me to, we were interviewed on a radio station, a local online radio station. And then after we left the show, they called us and said, would y'all like to host your own show? And we said, yeah. And then that fizzled out. I hosted my own show, and that's what got me the gig with Booker and then got me to this seat right now. So I love 2011, and making music is still a passion of mine. And it's something that has somewhat fallen on the back burner with career moves, but it's always there in my mind. And literally Avery Davis, who also goes by Us, he plays in a band called the Wild Moccasins. They're on tour right now.
I know Wild Moccasins.
Yeah, they're on tour right now. He's the drummer for the Wild Moccasins. And Corbin Dallas just dropped his album Water a few weeks ago. So, I mean, we're a very talented collective. We're a very talented collective.
That's what's up.
DJ Motai Media, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ashley says, LOL, his voice reminds me of a bumper from Pitch Perfect.
Have you seen Pitch Perfect?
No.
Apparently, you could
What's a bumper?
Like where it starts at the front. Like,
oh,
this is Pitch Perfect.
This is Pitch Perfect.
That's pretty good. I can't do that.
Can we get a sample of maybe one of your songs? Are you going to sing for us right now?
No, I don't know about that. I mean, we're good, clean folks here today. So, but Apple Music, 2011. Yeah,
is
20
it just,
summers.
Is
It's the two words. 2011. The
Finding
album
it
is
now.
called 20 Summers, which is 20 summers, by the way. But
Cool.
I'm just throwing it out there. It's very good, very good. A lot of talented guys, and I've met so many people who I become lifelong friends of, and people I was fans of again. Like I'm talking about Jeffrey Weissman, Booker T, Slim Thug is a friend of mine. I call him Slimothy affectionately, and Paul Wall, Chameleonaire, all these guys. DJ DMD, who actually DJ DMD has an album out, 25 Bibles on My Dresser. He does Christian hip hop now.
Yeah,
he does
that's
Christian
cool.
hip hop now. He's the pastor of positivity, like I call him, and so I love hip hop and I love the music scene. So. Thanks for bringing it up. I like the plug. I'll take the plug, Kurt. I don't know if you thought you were going to spring something on me.
I was trying.
Excellent.
Bamboozled again.
Every time. I'm not going to get behind the scenes now. When Booker T knows now.
It's like Brad has the hair. One Brad.
1-0.
2011.
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0. So
Yeah.
what
2-0.
else you got up your sleeve?
Booker
Kurt?
T 3-0.
3-0.
Apparently.
Keep going.
Does Booker know?
He's like-
has it got into his ears yet?
The music. Oh yes.
No. About me.
About
Taking him on. Does he even care? He's like,
I thought you were asking
who's
me something
Kurt?
important.
Is it Kurt? Who's that?
I guarantee you show up in a hot dog suit, you'll get his attention.
Hey, do it.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm so doing it now.
Okay,
Don't
fair.
tempt me.
Yes.
Saturday night.
Saturday night, 7:00 bell time. The main event is probably the biggest main event in reality of wrestling history. The aforementioned Rex Andrews will be in a championship match defending against Gino, Abel Andrew Jackson, and the returning Ruthless Ryan Davidson. So it's a big fatal four-way main event. Yeah, there it goes right there. There's 20.
He was in Japan, right?
He was in Japan. Yeah, Ryan just got back from Japan, did a tour out there in Japan. Rex was obviously in Japan.
Mhm.
And, and that's the thing about reality wrestling is we're broadening our horizons. Rex was out there. Ryan's been out there. Miranda, who used to train under us, did a tour out there. Kylie Ray, who's a 3-time Diamonds champion, is going to be going out there. Rex is also, y'all know, trained in India, goes all around the world. And that's the thing about wrestling is it's a worldwide entertainment. It's worldwide. WWE is world wrestling entertainment. They're about to go out to Saudi Arabia. They're just in Australia last weekend. Wrestling is global, and I think we're in a new boom period for wrestling. And if you want to see the stars before they're superstars, you come to Reality Wrestling this Saturday night.
Tickets still available?
Ticket limited quantity available, very limited quantity available. But go to realitywrestling.com. Online sales stop Friday, so you have to go to the door if you buy them after that. So tomorrow is your last day to buy tickets online. I say do it now. I do it for you.
And we do have Gino coming in tomorrow as well. So make sure that you tune back in tomorrow.
I also have a beef with Gino, by the way.
I was going to ask that. Are you a fan of Gino?
I'm a fan of Gino, but we have a beef. So I am not a cook. I am not a chef. I'm not a culinary wizard. But the one thing that I can whip up pretty much better than anybody else is a nice, fresh batch of homemade salsa. And Gino, I told him this.
What?
He didn't. It's not. He hasn't tried it. He hasn't tried it. But he somewhat judges me based on my heritage and then doesn't think that I can make adequate tasting salsa. But I have to tell you, Gino, who's voting in this poll, by the way?
I just published it. I saw it get to 50-50, and I'm like, done.
What a farce.
50-50. It's done.
What a farce this is. But tell Gino I'm coming for him too. We'll have to have maybe we'll have a salsa. This is what we should do. Pitch this to Gino. Have him make his salsa. I'll make my salsa. We'll bring him up here. Y'all be the judges.
Hey, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
We can't do much, but we can't eat food.
We can eat food.
Yeah, we
can.
can.
We
judge
love
it.
food.
You can judge it. So let's do that. I like that idea.
Cool. I
love
saw
that.
some stuff that Gino had put on his social media, maybe on his Instagram, talking about the salsa.
Oh,
The
did he?
salsa with you? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This was maybe like a week or two ago or
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Well, see, he's a jabroni when it comes to the salsa game, and I'm gonna lay the smack down on him.
Dude, I like it.
Yes.
I'm ready. We're gonna ask Gino tomorrow. It'll be our first time to talk to Gino, so that'll be exciting.
You know, we do have
but he's got a great story as well, and going back to his father El Sanguinario back in Mexico. So yeah, he's gonna be great. I love Gino.
We have a good thing going here at KHEA Radio, because every wrestler that we bring on before a reality of wrestling event ends up winning the next.
They have one.
Oh, is there a streak?
There's a streak
going?
JJ. But here's the other weird streak. When they don't come on the next time, they end up losing.
So Rex had to cancel for whatever reason. And
Was
so
he supposed to be up this week?
Well, no, he was supposed to be up whenever we had Will All Day in.
Oh.
And so what happened is, he didn't come in. He lost. Yeah.
To Gino.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, he didn't win the title.
Whatever
The
happened.
championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tomorrow,
Gino,
Gino's
it might
in.
be good luck for
Gino
Gino.
is going to win on Saturday. I'm calling it now. You might as well
I
put
don't
some
know.
money down on that, because it's going to happen.
I don't know. Rex has been. Now, you want to talk about somebody who's actually been talking a lot of smack. Rex Andrews has been talking some major
I
smack.
think he got an idea from me.
You
Because
think so?
I was the one who said, I'm taking on Booker. And he's like, you know what?
Yeah. What's up with that?
I haven't even taken on Booker yet.
Yeah.
I should take on Booker.
Well,
I think that's.
let me assure everybody, Booker's retired. All right. I don't know what
So
Rex
he's
is
not going to
angling.
get back in.
I don't know what Rex is angling at, and this is what we call going into business for yourself. And that's what Rex Andrews is doing. So I don't know what he's thinking about, but this big fatal 4-way match, he's got to think about that first and foremost this Saturday night.
You think he's maybe a little distracted thinking about Booker, and he's not thinking about what's coming up next?
Look, he's going against three, and in all seriousness, he's going against three of the top athletes in reality wrestling, three of our Hall of Famers. If we were to have first ballot Hall of Fame, they'd all three be on it. Gino, Ruthless Ryan Davidson, Abel Andrew Jackson. And if he's not thinking, if his eye's not on the ball come Saturday night, he'll have the shortest championship reign in reality wrestling history.
Yeah. If he's thinking too much about Booker and not what's in front of him, then that championship is gone.
Look, hey, when you win a title and you get all this attention and you're getting these bookings, you're making all the money, sometimes you want to rest on your laurels. Look what happened to Conor McGregor. I'm a big Conor McGregor fan, but he's made $100 million and didn't have the same fire in his belly. And he went out there and got tapped out. So I'm just saying Rex needs to be more than aware of what he's walking into on Saturday.
You watched that fight, right?
I did.
What'd you think?
Well, I mean, it was a dominating performance by Khabib Nurmagomedov, but the aftermath I thought was, despicable. I thought it was unsportsmanlike, and I know a lot of people are going to point out, Conor McGregor did the whole Dolly incident back in New York, but that wasn't in front of not that was good. That wasn't good at all. I'm not a fan of that at all, but it was in front of spectators. And the governor of Nevada wasn't sitting right next to Conor McGregor when he did that, such as in the case of Khabib Nurmagomedov. I think he gets suspended for at least 6 months and 10% fine of his purse. That's what I think. Any longer than that, they got to strip him of the title.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I think they should suspend him. That's insane.
Oh,
I
they have
can't
to.
imagine.
If they don't suspend him, it sets a bad precedent for fighters going forward.
In any arena, like any kind of, not even just UFC, anything like, hey,
Baseball,
the boxer can jump out the ring.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I think that all of them need to be, you got to be punished for that kind of stuff.
So we're getting some feedback. Some people are like, you have some fans on here. I will say that.
Oh, yes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, that's all I'm going to say.
Coach Nina says Booker T would break dance circles around Kurt in the hot dog suit.
That's true. Facts.
He's
Facts.
talented. He's from
Facts.
Houston. Houston's own Booker T.
Yeah.
I did. Kelly asked earlier. I want to see if I can find it. He did say, "Hey, who is your favorite wrestler of all time? Like, who are you like? Man, this is and you can't say Booker. You have to say somebody else.
Don't say Booker.
That's like the given.
It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up between two. It's a toss-up between The Rock and Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh.
you're the Macho Man.
The Slim Jim commercials.
Yeah. Yes.
Classic,
Yeah. And I think when you think about like what makes a great pro wrestler, somebody who's athletic, looks the part, has the charisma, has the ring attire, has the promo ability, has something that's distinguishing about them. Macho Man's everything about him was distinguishing, and then he had a beautiful finish with that elbow drop off the top rope. I think he's top 5 greatest of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Rest
then The
in
Rock
peace.
is the greatest talker in the history of pro wrestling. So
His stare.
who The Rock? Yes, it's very good. Now
all the
we are
listeners-
on the radio.
Yeah, all the
I just wanna
listeners are
let you
like,
know that.
yeah.
Yeah, they could see me making it.
Yeah. It's an
You have to
audible
be like,
stare.
and Kurt closes his eyes,
Yeah.
stares down
Yeah.
at Gardy.
I'll describe this.
Yes.
It's real bad. I can't see. Right now it's 10:40. You're listening to KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. We have Brad Gilmore in studio. Brad, you're on social media. How can somebody listening find you?
I'm on all social media at Brad Gilmore. You can follow me Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Brad Gilmore, or you can go to my website, bradjgilmore.com. Somebody got bradgilmore.com.
You got to get it
already. But go to bradjgilmore.com. I have all kinds of stuff up for sale, including a Back to the Future themed apparel, which is my favorite quote from the movie. You're an idiot. It comes from upbringing. Your parents are probably idiots too. That shirt is available on bradjgilmore.com.
That's funny.
Yes.
That's funny.
Back to the Future.
My favorite line from the movie.
Yeah, let's talk more Back to the Future.
Man, full circle, huh? Full circle.
I don't even think we've talked about it yet on the FM.
No, not on the FM, but definitely on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go ask him a
Please.
question.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, Back to the Future is such a great movie. It's so well put together that like trying to find some inconsistencies is hard. With time travel movies, that's really hard to do.
Right. And their science holds up. You know, they never abandon their science from the movie. And what I love about it is everything pays off in the script, right? So you hear about whatever it is, all the foreshadowing, all the exposition that they did, even the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, I Met Your Father doing that. I mean, everything you see or everything that they set out and establish, it gets paid off by the end of the movie. And I even love like the changing of the timeline where it's Twin Pines Mall in the first part, and then Lone Pine Mall and all that stuff. And I think it's as far as blockbusters go, or as far as big summer movies go, I don't think there's a more enjoyable movie from start to finish. And they even get around things that would be deemed weird in any other thing, especially Marty and his younger mother and all that stuff. But
They do it in a way where it's
okay, and it's not strange. So I think it's the greatest single movie of all time.
Yeah,
I think it's the greatest trilogy of all time.
I agree
as well.
My buddy tagged me in Leah Thompson's Instagram where there was some trading cards from Biff's Casino, and that was pretty cool.
Got him.
Yeah,
I got him.
what's up.
Yeah. And Biff, let's talk about. I think that Tom Wilson is the underrated MVP of that franchise because he's got to play Biff in 1985, who's a jerk, and George, bullies George around. Biff in 1955, which is the same kind of guy but just younger, and then alternate Biff in 1985, where he's kind of subservient to George McFly, and then in the next movie he plays his grandson. He plays himself as an older man. He plays another alternate Donald Trumpish Biff Tannen in the alternate 1985. And then you go to the Old West and he plays another relative who's an old Western, outlaw. Yeah. He played so many variations of himself and different characters. He's the MVP of the franchise, in my opinion.
I think that the DeLorean gets a lot of love and it's an amazing car, but the underrated vehicle is the 4x4.
Oh,
check out that 4x4. Yeah. Oh, dude, that thing like in the garage and like just running the hand over it.
Well, there's a lot of, there's a lot of iconic cars in the franchise because you think about the DeLorean, you think about the 4x4, and then you think about the van that the Libyan nationalists were in, right? That's kind of iconic.
Right.
Even going forward, you can even think about the train, right? I mean, it's it's iconic, the time machine train. I know there's more cars I can't think of at the top of my head, but even the Biff's, was it old Ford? Is old Ford from the 1955, the red Ford. I mean, there's a lot of iconic cars from that, but of course the DeLorean, as you have on your arm, the most iconic. Have you ever driven one?
I haven't. I'm sitting in one, and that's as far as I've gotten. And Leanne, who is watching and works with us as well, she had her dad's friend had one, but he sold it. And I was like, if he was going to sell it, why wouldn't he sell it to me? Right. It was running.
Right.
And it was a good car.
There was my neighbor when I was growing up, down the street from where I grew up. He had one in his garage, and I would always try to work up the nerve to go over and ask him to do it. And I never did. I never did once. And then he moved away. And then I was like, oh man. But then when I got to go down to DeLorean Motor Company over there in Humble, that was the most surreal experience of my life. There's actually a video that I did online of my tour through the DeLorean Motor Company and sitting in the time machine.
It's so low. That's the one thing when I noticed it's low.
Yeah. And it's not very spacious.
It's not.
It's very small. But it would be a fun one day. It'd be a fun car to have just to
Do
tool
you,
around.
somebody asked earlier, do you drive everywhere at 88?
Try to.
Can you say that?
I have actually pending litigation against me right now. That I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that. But what is this poll that you have up now?
I said, do you have Back to the Future in your top 10? Or no, I think it's top 5.
Yes.
I said no, yes, and then Smokey and the Bandit was better.
Oh, Smokey and the Bandit wasn't. It's a good movie.
Good movie.
Good movie.
Top 5.
Love Burt.
In mine.
Yeah, I have a controversial take about Burt Reynolds.
Really?
I think the remake that he's in of Longest Yard is better than the original Longest Yard.
Oh wow.
The Adam Sandler remake.
Yeah.
The Adam Sandler remake?
I don't think I ever saw
way
the
better.
original.
Yeah,
I never saw
way
the original.
better.
it's much better. It's funny, and you got a bunch of wrestlers in it too. Steve Austin,
Yes.
Goldberg, Great Khali, Kevin Nash, all in the movie. Yeah,
John 3:16. That was like the big thing when I was growing
Austin.
up. Yeah, Austin.
not the
Austin
Bible, but
3:16.
Austin.
like
not
it was
for God so loved the world.
It's in
but
the next
yeah.
book. The
Yeah,
next book.
but
Yeah.
those signs that they would hold
the
up,
New Testament.
man, that was funny. That was probably my first realization of
What is Austin 3:16? Can you say that on?
I don't think so.
no.
It says he just kicked your something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He won.
Yeah.
He wins.
He won. He won. He
Yeah.
won. And but it's funny how something like that became so iconic because when I was growing up, the first thing I saw, I grew up in a Baptist church. Preschool was Baptist church,
Right.
South Main Baptist Church. So I knew John 3:16 and everything. And then I see, Austin 3. What is that? And for some reason, I used to think when I was a kid that I didn't even equate it to the Bible at first. I thought it was just maybe like the time that he won the championship. Like he won it at 3:16
Austin
p.m.
time.
Yeah, it's Austin time. Yeah, so I didn't know, but yeah, it's funny. That was the bit. It's still the number one selling T-shirt of all time.
Really?
For WWE, for
That's
wrestling,
awesome.
for wrestling in general. Yeah, it's crazy.
So with wrestling, I see that you do a lot of stuff with Booker. You're on
Yeah.
the Heated Conversations,
Yes.
and you had mentioned being at Toyota Center doing interviews with wrestlers. Chris Jericho. Is there anybody that you've been like, wow, I'm with Chris Jericho. I'm with whoever.
Yeah, all the time. I mean, everybody I meet. I'm such a big fan, lifelong fan. I'm trying to think of one that just sticks out. Maybe we didn't interview him, but I was backstage. And I was hanging out with Booker's wife Charmel and his children, and then I hear his boy go, "Hey, Uncle Mark!" And I turn around, and right behind me is the Undertaker, and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh,
He's local too, right? He's from Houston.
He's from Houston, lives
Okay.
in Austin,
Okay.
But so meeting Undertaker was pretty
Wow.
cool. Mick Foley. I talked to Steve Austin on the phone a couple weeks ago, which was pretty cool. Stuff like that. You're just like, wow,
There was a Japanese guy there when we were there, right? Do you remember that?
Well, yeah, he came from because Rex was going to Japan
Sonny
at that
Ono.
time.
Sonny Ono.
Sonny.
Yeah,
That's who it was.
Yeah, he's a WCW guy back in the day. Yeah.
I saw Chavo Guerrero Jr. He was there the other day too.
Chavo was great. Yeah, one of the coolest things is was it yesterday or the day before was Eddie Guerrero's birthday.
Mhm.
It was Eddie Guerrero's birthday. One of the highlights actually of my wrestling career is being able to do commentary with his daughter, Shaw Guerrero. She came down for the first Ladies Night Out show that we did, and we got to call the show with her. And it was her first time doing commentary, but she was so great. Shout out to Shaw. And sitting there and thinking about, wow, this is Eddie Guerrero's daughter. And then we were making references to Eddie on the broadcast, who when I was a kid was one of my favorites. I loved Eddie Guerrero. I saw a clip of him yesterday where he used to do a thing where if the referee was down, he'd go grab a chair. And then when he was going to hit the other guy with the chair, but then when he sees the referee's getting up, he just slammed it on the mat and then threw it to the other guy when he got up and then laid down on the ground. And the referee was like, "Wait, who did that?"
Yeah.
He was the best.
Lie, cheat, steal. Is that what?
Lie,
wasn't that a
cheat,
thing?
and steal. Yeah.
Whatever it takes to win.
Whatever it takes.
Hey, Booker says if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has that same thing, like kind of. I'll poke you in the eye. I'll do what I gotta do.
whatever you gotta
That's
do.
what I was gonna do. That was gonna be my first move to Booker was poke him in the eye. Then he can't see, and then I got it. Then I can take him out.
I feel like you'd
that's the
expect
first
that.
thing, right?
You can't steal those moves.
No, you don't expect that because it is.
You know
his
what?
move.
You know what we should see though at Reality of Wrestling someday. If you're gonna challenge Booker to anything,
Yes.
I say we'll do a spin-a-rooney off.
Ooh.
You in the hot dog suit versus Booker T and a spin-a-rooney off.
I like that. What's
Crowd
a
judges.
Spin a Rooney off. What's that?
You know what a spin-a-rooney is?
No.
You don't know what a
Do
spin-a-rooney
I
is?
agree to this?
You don't know what a
before?
spin-a-rooney is?
Just agree.
when Booker's he gets down to one knee, does that, and he does like a spin-a-rooney.
Like
It's
he
his
spins
thing.
me?
No, he spins himself.
He spins. Because that's what Coach Ninus was saying about. Hey, he'll break dance circles around you.
Booker can still pop lock pretty good.
Mhm.
He used to do dance battles back in the day.
Oh, dance moves. I was thinking wrestling moves.
No, it's a spin-a-rooney.
okay.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Look up Spinaroonie, go home, practice.
Hey,
You know,
Will Allday's on. He said that he heard that your favorite superstar to meet was Will Allday, and that's what he was told.
yeah, I don't know about that.
He didn't even think about it. He's
Shout
like,
out to Will.
nah.
Shout
Actually,
out
one
to
of my
Will.
one of my favorite lines on commentary it has to do with Will Allday. You know, sometimes Matt Topolsky, who's the play-by-play broadcaster, who's probably the most talented play-by-play guy in the history of, especially professional wrestling, maybe all combat sports. He and I sometimes will like to try to say something to pop one another, like to make each other laugh, on the broadcast. And I remember Will Allday was in a match when he first started, so he was kind of an enhancement, talent for the first couple weeks. And I think he was wrestling Van Harrison, and Van Harrison hits him with this boom, big clothesline or big move, something. And I was like, oh, Matt, he just knocked Will Allday into Will next week. And it's so corny, but it made me laugh. It's one of my favorite lines, and it has to do with Will Allday. And nothing else about Will Allday I like, though.
Will
I like his
Allday-
hair. He has
I like
nice
his
long
hair, and I
His
like
hair's
his
pretty.
story
He's
about
got pretty
taking
hair.
out the guy where they were going to get all the hot dogs or something
No,
like that.
it was the tacos.
Tacos, yes. 199 losses. He was supposed to lose.
Oh, yeah, James Harden. He played James
He
Harden.
wrestled
Yes.
with James Harden on Raw.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he ended up winning, and everyone didn't get their tacos.
Yeah.
But Will's undefeated in WWE, so shout out to him.
Yeah. Well, 1-0.
1-0.
Not a lot of people can say they're undefeated on the big brand.
Kurt's 0-1 at this point
Yeah.
in life. So he got choked out. We had an MMA fighter in studio, Dominic Perez. He's a strawweight, so wrestles at or fights at 115. And Kurt kind of walk us through
So
this.
I just said, hey, can you demonstrate us a move? Give our Facebook audience a chance to demonstrate, just what you do, And so he's like, okay, sit in the chair. And he
Not
puts his
advisable.
arm,
in that chair you're in now.
Okay.
puts his arm around me, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Next thing I know, I'm waking up shaking, like filled with the Holy Ghost, like shaking. Oh, and then I'm like,
Oh man.
and Gardy's like, did that just happen? And I was like, I think I saw my life like flash.
you got the
before
white
my
flash,
eyes.
yeah.
I was like, why was I thinking about all my memories? This is weird.
Why was the last thing I thought of Brad Gilmore? I don't know why.
It's like I never got a chance to tell him how I really
Brad's
felt.
at the end of the light, like, come with
the
me.
long hand, with the long handshake. That's
Yeah,
what
the
I was-
long handshake.
Yeah.
I'll never forget you.
And that is actually like right. It's Brad, and you're about to actually get a hug, and then you're like, like
yeah,
like,
"Wait."
right.
And Kurt's like, no. And then he's back to reality
It's
with
like,
his
where
hat
am I?
on.
Yeah.
Where am I?
He looks at his hair, and he's like, oh. But after he was like, the weirdest feeling. I want to kind of do it again. Like
I
he
was like,
got a rush.
got a rush from it a little bit.
I saw
So-
Brad at the end of the line.
I went to, maybe it was 2 years ago, went to Schlitterbahn in October, which is very unadvisable because it was freezing cold. But my girlfriend and I, let's go. Shout out to Farrah, by the way. And we were like, let's go. And then I'd never been on one of those really tall ones where it's a single shooter and you just go straight down. So we climb up to it. She goes down first and she screams at like the top of her lungs going all the way down. And I'm like, oh man,
I made a mistake.
I don't want to do this. And I even looked at the guy who's operating the ride. I'm like, do I have to do this? He goes, yeah, man, you got to do it. And so I remember I went down, and I like to say that I let out the most masculine scream of all time. It's more like
Macho Man.
all the way down. But as soon as I hit, I hit. And what's funny, they tell you like cross your arms and your legs, and I completely forgot to do that. So I'm like hitting the side of the slide as I'm going down. But as soon as I hit the bottom, I'm like, let's do it again.
Yeah, you
Let's
get that
go
rush.
again.
Let's go.
do it.
So after he got choked out, then we contacted Skydive Galveston. He's like, I want to jump out of plane. I want to do this. And now he's like, I want to ride a bull. Now he wants to tell him what our new journey is.
So we had a thing yesterday where if we got over a certain number of Facebook likes,
Well, we got like 300 Facebook likes yesterday because that's what people want to see him in pain or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
So we're gonna sit in a
Like
pregnancy.
Johnny Knoxville.
It's gonna be a pregnancy simulator.
So you know how you can hook someone
I
up and you
saw
turn it
a
up.
post about this. Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
You're funny.
Yeah.
You kind of follow that shirt that I have for sale. You're an idiot. It comes from upbringing. But
Kurt's that guy. So we have found out that most radio stations have someone that's
that guy.
he's that guy,
Yes.
and we didn't realize it. But Kurt, he was like, "Wait, I'm that guy." Like that's
What's that guy?
My history teacher back in the day told me this. He said that there's a difference between the class clown and the school comedian. The class clown is a guy who gets up and makes a fool of himself, or gets a birth simulator or
I'm the
whatever.
class clown.
And then the school comedian is the guy who goes up to the class clown and says, "Hey, it'd be funny if you did a birth simulator. That's the school
So I'm-
comedian. So I think that's you. You're the class clown.
See, I told Gardy, I was like, Gardy, I try to book a 9 o'clock and a 10 o'clock guest every day because then things happen like that. And that's what happened. Gardy's like, oh, we're doing this. And I was like, I don't agree to this.
Well, he didn't, but then as it went, people were like, I was like, would y'all be interested? And
Yeah.
then, he's trying to listen to what the people want. And
I am
they
for the
are.
people.
Can I just say something, though,
Of the
that's
people.
completely off topic? He's got a phenomenal radio voice. You have a
Thanks.
Just
phenomenal
him.
yeah, not you. You've got a phenomenal radio. It sounds very good in my ears.
Thank
You,
you.
Kurt, not so much.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Well, it's the mic. You
The mic
got
helps
a
too.
deeper mic than me.
It's all
And
settings.
also, I can talk deeper.
Well,
It's
you
all-
got the
it's all
Shure
settings.
SM7B. That's the radio mic of radio mics.
Those mics are better.
Okay.
He's like, yeah,
Okay. Whatever you want to blame it on.
I'm trying. I can talk deeper. Does it matter if I talk deeper?
yeah, that actually does sound better.
Deeper.
Can you do
If
that?
If I talk deeper.
It
You know,
actually does sound better. I'm not even joking. It sounds like infinitely better.
Do that more. Do that more. Keep going.
You know,
in a world where
In a
Booker
world
T gets taken out by a corn dog.
That's not a real world.
no,
That's
that's
not a
why
real
it's in a world, not
A
this world.
See, everyone tells us though that we have the face for radio and
Yes.
the voice for the newspaper,
And we've embraced it. Yeah.
and
it's
we're
fine.
embracing it.
Yeah. Especially because newspapers don't exist anymore. Yeah, it's
They
a
don't.
perfect voice for
I
it.
They
used to
don't.
be a TV guy. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got old.
We have a TV station.
Put a hat on.
But
So
I don't-
Channel 46 out of Houston comes out of here.
Okay.
And so we control that from here in an upstairs room. And so that's what Kurt does. He does some video editing and I kind of do the radio stuff.
Okay.
So then we come together and make this happen.
make this happen.
Yeah.
You know, a good tag team,
It's fun.
like Simon and Garfunkel.
That guy and this guy and that guy.
Yeah.
We make it
Hot
work.
dog to bacon.
School comedian, class clown.
Exactly. I feel like that's perfect.
That's perfect.
It is.
Yeah, it's
It is.
10:56. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're almost about out of time. It's kind of sad.
Ashley said the next time we need to send him through the car wash.
So we called.
No, me.
We called a couple radio stations yesterday and today. Like we'll call 104 and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys? We're looking for some ideas." And so we do it on the air because it's fun. And so we called a country station and we're asking, "Hey, do y'all have someone who's that guy?" Yeah, Craig or whatever. Carter. Yeah, Carter. Well, we made Carter do this, but I don't think he would do the birth simulator. So they sent him through a car wash, and we're like, "That's perfect.
It's a great idea.
Our guy would do
That's
that."
a bad idea.
It's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea. Would you rather do the car wash or the birth simulation?
I feel like there's I feel like I would come out with
It's like-
no skin. Like you're like, oh, this was really bad.
but you're super clean.
Or you could
Super
take him to one of those like do-it-yourself spray washes. You know what I mean?
Ah,
We also could
Ooh.
do.
Yeah.
We also could do like, hey, we should do like a class at Reality of Wrestling, right?
I would like,
Like,
so y'all
teach
do stuff like
Kurt
that.
how to
yeah,
date.
we do fantasy camps.
yeah,
Fantasy camps.
see, I could do that.
You
You
know,
know,
hot dog
um,
outfit.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Todd, who has a show called Things with Todd. New season starts soon. He came and tried the same thing that you did. He's like, oh, I can take a body slam. No problem. Well, you'll see.
And you'll-
Well, I've
You'll see
watched,
how that worked out for Todd.
I've watched some of the live streaming and the sessions and training. Those
Yes.
guys are in phenomenal shape. Cardio alone, I mean, obviously they're all, you got to be pretty strong to be able to pick someone up. But cardio alone, those guys are very, very much well taken care of.
Shout out to, by the way, so I'm just gonna name drop who
Yeah.
just emailed me. Mick Foley just emailed me
What?
right now. And I'll take, I'll announce it here. This is an exclusive for y'all.
breaking news! Wait,
here,
hold
do
on,
it.
hold on.
Let me-
Hit the breaking news.
And
Which
I'm
one
going to
wa-
make sure I hit the right one. We have the breaking news. KHEA Radio 99.5 and Brad Gilmore.
Yes.
Studio.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Breaking news time. So at the end of the 11 o'clock hour, no, okay. So the breaking news is this. So we're doing our third annual Booker T's Halloween Boo Bash at the Reality of Wrestling headquarters, right? The World Gym Arena in Texas City. And Mick Foley has been gracious enough to donate a couple items that are going up for raffle. The only people in attendance and online participants can get. They're really cool. So it's a ring-worn pair of his boots that he's autographed, Cactus Jack boots, and
Oh, wow.
a copy of his children's book, Halloween Hijinks, that he is going to autograph to the winner of the raffle. So that go to realitywrestling.com. Tickets for the raffle, I believe, will be available tomorrow. But the Boo Bash is really fun, and the Boogeyman is going to be there.
Cool.
The Boogeyman's going to be at the Boo Bash.
Cool.
Are you aware of the Boogeyman?
I tried not to go underneath my bed.
Like in
You
the
know
closet.
what?
You
know what?
Closet.
You know what? Because there's going to be a costume contest, and you already got the hot dog
Ooh.
suit. I think that you should challenge the Boogeyman at the Boo Bash. It's like a warm up, like a tune-up match.
A tune up before Booker.
Before
If I
Booker.
win, against the Boogeyman, do I get Booker?
Yes.
Will
I
you
will,
help-
I will make the match.
Let's do it.
You got it. Are you aware of the Boogeyman? Do you know who he is? The Boogeyman, the professional wrestler. Why don't you pull up the Boogeyman, professional wrestler? He will come up here. You said the
booty man.
Not what we're looking for. Here's the Boogeyman.
Okay,
let's go to images. Here he is. Yes.
Okay.
Oh man, I got that. Oh,
can beat him?
yeah. Oh yeah.
He's
Hey.
the Boogeyman.
Hey, that looks like what I looked like a year ago before I had like my 12-pack abs. All right.
So
Come
here's
on.
the thing. I think about this sometimes. Like KHEA Radio, we've been doing this since November, and I always think like, when is the end? Like, where is the pinnacle of the storyline? This could be it. Like, our entire radio program could be leading up to this event. Curt facing the Boogeyman, and then we just end. We just stop. And we're like, well, we can't do anything better than this. First of all, Kurt's dead.
No, we
Second
have
of all,
the Booker T. Booker T is where it ends.
Okay. Well, then you
We'll
get through
see.
this guy, the
All right.
Boogeyman.
Set it up.
He eats worms. He smashes clocks on his face.
Curt eats cheese and like smashes. I don't know.
I pet my cat. I eat cheese and I pet my
and he
cat.
pets his cat. So you got a shot. But why don't you go one-on-one with the Boogeyman, the hot dog? What's the nickname?
It's just a hot dog.
Okay,
We
the
don't
hot
have a
dog.
nickname
Well,
We
for
need
it.
a flashy nickname.
I've called him Curtsy the Corn Casper, and so
I like that.
I
Yeah.
like Curtsy because I told him whenever I first met him, I was like, I wish you should go by Curtsy, and then like every time you meet someone, you just like do a
Curtsy
curtsy.
instead of shaking the hand. Then I wouldn't have to do the long handshake.
Yeah,
Yeah, do curtsy. Once again,
That's what I do when I walk up.
For the people listening, he did a curtsy on the air, which is very audible.
you gotta see
very
Curtsy,
audible.
Curtsy, but he has to say it too. So Curtsy, really high, make it work.
Man,
this has been
next.
fun. If we can set that up, I'm all about it.
I want Brad in more often because this is a fun hour. This has been great.
I'm not far away from you all, so I'm just a phone call away.
I mean, it took 6 months the last time.
I really wanted to bring my dog today. By the
Oh,
way,
yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to bring him. Shout out to Bentley, the new dog.
We saw that on Instagram.
yes.
We stole your picture. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
He's a Springer Spaniel, 6.5 weeks old. So if anyone's got tips on a Springer Spaniel, let me know.
Very cute, very
Yes.
cute puppy. Looks like blue eyes, like pretty eyes.
Yeah,
and
he's got like
pretty crazy.
bluish grayish eyes. I love him. I've
Yeah.
already loved him. I had to drive to Waco to get him yesterday. I've never been to Waco.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Did you talk to Chip and Joe?
We went
Picture
by
of
the restaurant that
Yeah.
they have. It was an hour and a half wait at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Hey,
So,
are you a fan of MXPX? Have you ever heard of My Career MXPX? It's a punk band, but no, they just
no.
moved to
Waco?
Waco, and they were on the last episode of Fixer Upper. So shout out to MXPX. That's one of my favorite.
my
groups growing
girlfriend and her sister Susan, who's in a group called Say Girl Say, who's very good. Look up Say Girl Say. They're very, very talented. They are in love with Chip and Joanna Gaines, and they're trying to figure out what's next. What's next for Chip and Joe?
up. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, they're having a baby, I think, and
Are they?
yeah,
How many do they have?
not enough.
Several.
They have like a farm, a ranch.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
whatever.
it's all cool.
Whatever.
Shout out to them doing.
Hey,
cool
if anyone
stuff.
wants to check me out this weekend, by the way, before the reality wrestling show, I might be taking my girlfriend's yoga class, Farah, at Yoga Works at 4 p.m. It's a cool 60, so go check it out.
Where's that out?
It's over there off Woodway by the Galleria.
Cool.
So I just want to give her a plug. You know, I'm trying to be a good boyfriend.
No, do it. Yeah.
Trying to be
Check mark.
good.
Is there anything else you want to share before we close it up today?
BradJGilmore.com. Once again, October 21st, the Back to the Future Rundown Schmodown Championship of the World
So
will be
cool.
defended or will be decided. Me versus Frank Janish. I'm very excited.
Is there going to be a championship, like some kind of
There
trophy?
is.
Or,
There's a
okay.
championship. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you a picture when we get off air. There's
That's
a
what's up.
championship.
He might enter.
Well, I can't. It's between them.
Well,
but
you know what? If you want to, if you want to face the winner,
I need to brush up.
You got it.
if you want to face the winner, I'm just saying it's out, and I'm almost guaranteeing you I will win. So it could be you and I. We could do
Okay.
it live on the show.
It'd be fun.
We could do it
It'd be
live on the
fun.
show. Yeah.
Let's do it. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's been Kickstart, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. We're going to have Gino in.
At 9 o'clock. So tune in.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank y'all.
You're awesome. This is KHEA Radio 99.5. Coming up next is Need to Breathe.
Awesome.
Later, guys.
Bye, Facebook. Curt should do the yoga class in his hot dog suit.
Yes, he should. I would love that.
Great. Bye, guys.
We're out.
Come and let yourself in. They could.